Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. Before we get into tonight's game, we do have some announcements to get through, beginning with our first of two sponsors tonight, D&D Beyond. Sam!
Guys, you may have noticed that I haven't done a D&D Beyond ad in quite some time. Now, they haven't said anything about it, but I think it's because I'm on some sort of probation. Maybe it was all the Scottish accents, maybe it was the fart jokes, maybe there weren't enough fart jokes. I don't know, but clearly I'm on some sort of probation. So tonight, I'm going to do everything by the book. Nothing crass, nothing silly, just the advertising words as written. And to keep me on track, Ashley over here has volunteered. Ash, do not let me stray from the script.
No, I got you. You're good.
Okay, this episode is sponsored by our friends D&D Beyond and the new Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, the most ambitious, biggest expansion source book in years. You know, it's funny, when I'm at home, my biggest expansion is something a little less literary.
No.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ashley. Yes, you're right. Okay, players can experiment with character builds by using 22 new subclasses, while DMs can liven up their campaigns with an expanded toolkit, puzzle guides, and unnatural environments like Magic Storms. You know what, Magic Storms kind of sounds like a hip R&B album. Ooh, Magic Storms, keep you warm. Oh, good.
Hey, no. Shush. Sit. Down. Good boy.
Okay. The digital collection on the D&D Beyond makes it easy to include Tasha's content in your character sheet and campaign, and Master Tier subscribers can share the book with everyone in their campaign for free. And speaking of free... Oh!
No. No. Off.
Okay. D&D Beyond is extending their pre-order perks to anyone who picks up a copy of Tasha's before Tuesday, November 24th, 2020. And this includes 11 exclusive character sheet backdrops and frames, plus a limited edition Cauldron digital dice set.
Don't do it.
Top of the morning!
No! Bad dog!
Check it all out now. Check it all out now at bit.ly/CR Tasha's, and thanks to them for continuing to support the show. The
Okay. All right, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Ashley. And thank you, D&D Beyond. Live recording. You never know.
Good.
Yeah. So, our second sponsor is Dungeon Craft. So, for those who aren't familiar, our friends at Dungeon Craft sponsored tonight's episode for their Hell and High Water 2D terrain box. Made for any.
2D?
Yep, 2D. Like 2D, not 2D. I mean, you can if you want to, I guess. Don't let me,
Hold your farts in?
Yeah, with that. Don't want to limit your fun. But for any fantasy RPG, it comes with hundreds of terrain pieces, all of which are double-sided with multiple different ways to utilize them. They're water-resistant for wet and dry, writing and erasing, and a 1-inch grid on it so each piece can slide into place on any map. So between the two books, there are nearly 2,000 pieces for you to utilize, all of which cover different locations such as cities, wilderness, dungeon, hellscape, and seafaring terrain. They have a bunch of great Black Friday deals going on right now, so check it out at bit.ly, that's bit.ly/1985games2. And if you use the code CRITICALPIN, when you check out, they'll throw in a free tape mimic pin with your order, so go check it out. This is really freaking awesome.
It looks cool.
I've been using tiles and stuff at home, but this is, if I had this back in the day,
Yeah.
I would have been so much happier.
I think I have one of those pins.
Fantastic.
Is that
That's
the
right.
pen?
Oh, I have it. I do.
I want a pen.
There it is.
Oh, is that
There's
what-
the mimic
Are these
pen.
a pen?
We all got him.
What?
this
I
is
don't
actually
have
right.
one.
These are so cool.
You might. You have so much stuff on your desk.
It's true.
I do.
It's hiding somewhere.
If only you had some merch.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Well, once again,
cute.
Hell High Water, awesome. Thank you guys. Go check them out. Marisha, you have an announcement.
Yes. As a reminder, next Thursday, Critical Role will be dark as we are celebrating Thanksgiving here in the United States. That's November 26th. We will be back for episode 118 on Thursday, December 3rd. So we'll see you in December.
There you
Yeah. Last month of the year. It's crazy.
Wake
Yeah.
me up.
When December comes.
All right.
Whoa.
Best radio. Best radio.
Also wanted to let you guys know that our Vox Machina Origins Library Edition book from our friends at Dark Horse releases next Tuesday, November 4th. This is the mighty tome here. This is a sizable tome.
Why do you hide shit until the show starts?
Because that's what I'm supposed to do. Look at that. It's a big old book. It's a big old book.
Oh my god.
So this is all the collected issues of Vox Machina Origins Series 1 and Series 2 in one epic volume, with cover art by the amazing Hunter Severn Bunyan. I'm probably ruined that name, and I'm really sorry if I did. The volume also contains never-before-seen art and sketches, plus a foreword written by Gail Simone herself. Recently converted critter and a person we are all big fans of for a very long time. You can check out the incredible creative team that put work into this collection through our article at critroll.com that showcases all of the offerings with Dark Horse. And this will be available in our US, UK, and Australian stores when it releases on Tuesday, or you can pre-order it right now through your local comic and book retailers.
Look at all them groggy abs.
I know.
Yeah. Thick slab of comics.
It's a low
Right.
carb diet.
Laura, you got some things to talk about.
Oh, I'm talking about it now?
Yeah,
It's happening.
that's
Guess
the
what
thing.
we've got, you guys? We've got some merch. I should tell you, though, here's the thing. You guys know that we pre-record these episodes. So if I'm talking about an item and it happens to be sold out, I apologize in advance. Because I'm really excited about this one.
Oh boy.
Okay, so
boy.
you probably can't tell just from this box what it is, but look at this fucking box. Okay. I'm gonna open it. Give it.
The box
Give it.
is so cool.
Yeah.
The box is so cool, but even cooler
Plush.
is this plushy.
I'm gonna be living.
Hold on.
Same. Same. Yeah.
Gilmore's
have a hood?
Glorious.
Oh my god.
Does it have a hood?
It has a hood.
I'm gonna wear.
So soft.
It's real
I've
comfy.
had this. I've had it at home for a long time, and I wear it all the time. And I'm
does. It
sorry to
smells
all
real
of you that I got the prototype
You hoarding
in advance.
bitch.
Wants the jelly,
We find out
Laura.
now.
It's so
Share
soft
your
and so wonderful.
prototypes.
We just make pandemic wear now.
Okay, you can hold this. Yeah, because I've got
the
other things to
apocalypse.
talk about. Okay. There's not a lot of room here, but there's more to talk about. So, there we go. Okay. Also, we have some holiday items showing up in the shop. So I'm going to talk about them. You may have noticed these popping up in some of the stores.
Excuse me.
I know. So there are our Critical Role ornaments. Oh, I'm fucking at the box.
Oh yeah.
There's Bugs
that's
Naughty
awesome.
There's Mighty Nine and our logo.
And they're metal?
They're metal. They're great. Okay, so that's there. Hold on. And then also
can't.
we have wrapping paper designed by Grace Barrios. We have 3 different color combinations. We have purple
Wow.
and yellow,
Whoa.
Dude, it's
We
so
have- They're
intricate.
so pretty and
It's so cool.
blue, and goldies.
What?
And we also have extra fancy dark green and silver.
It's got like metallic
And this one has
foil.
this one has like metallic stuff on it.
I want
Pretty
So
cool.
yeah, we have wrapping paper,
Little
but
detail.
also what kind of wrapping paper isn't complete without washi tape to go with them?
Oh my god.
What is that? What is
It's washi tape.
What is washi?
That's
what-
what
It's fancy. I didn't
What is
know we
washi
were making
tape?
washi
Decorative
tape.
Well,
So
it's like
I'm a
decorative
big fan
masking
of
tape.
gift wrap, so this is why this is happening. But we have different color combinations of the tape, so it goes with the wrapping paper. So yeah,
And our
these
house gift wrapping
I
is
think they're
real
in the
serious.
stores
I can
now.
tell.
If they're not, just keep an eye on them because they'll be popping up very soon. So yeah.
So
I hand Laura a present during the holidays, and she's like, "Nice sharp corners." Like, Okay.
Your nerves are always wrapped the best. You always have very intricate.
There is an art to the sharp corners. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
No, my wrapping job always looks like some sort of seaside deli. It's here.
Not sort of sandwich.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
I just do
Does everything?
Yeah.
You do bags?
I just do all the wrapping.
Oh, you do all the wrapping.
Yeah.
That's everything I've got right now. I think.
It's fresh because it's yesterday's newspaper.
That's
Damn, Laura.
amazing stuff, Laura.
Yeah,
Amazing.
you've been busy.
Mark
Yeah.
Twain.
I need that robe. I mean,
Yes,
for obvious
yes, you
reasons.
do.
All right. So anyway, I believe that's the end of our announcements tonight. So let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
The adventure begins. They were always beside you, your nerdy best friends, and the DM to guide you. And they rise from the flames for the battles ahead. Villains beware, 'cause you're about to be dead. They got magic and flair. They got falchions and cunning. They don't see over there. There's a monster incoming. Inspiration is waiting. Rise up, don't think twice. Put your fate in your hands. Take a chance, roll the dice. Can you answer the call? Digging deep in your soul as the legend unfolds. Now it's your turn to roll.
And welcome back. Before we get in, I must have said the date wrong because my brain. November 24th, if I got it wrong, is when this
24th.
comes out. So otherwise, we'll be going back in time.
Changed it.
But yeah, so correction. Sorry. Right there.
Get it right, Matt.
I did. Alrighty. So
We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Oh, shit.
We're good. We're good.
last we left off, the Mighty Nine, making their way to Isle Cross, lost their paid patron for this trip, Lady Vestaragna, as she was murdered, it seems, by Mollymock, or whoever pilots the body. You've gathered the body of Vess and made your way northward with your guide, Dagon Underthorn, or Dagon Underthorn, or however the pronunciation you've decided to do over the past few weeks.
We said Dagon.
He,
Pervon.
right, Pervon,
I feel that.
is your guide northward. After coming across a number of dangerous and unique encounters in this southern region of Foreign, you eventually found your way to A5, the first of your Aeorian ruin excavations. You delved into the subterranean tunnels beneath. You searched for signs of life, signs of recent movement, uncovered bodies, some older, some newer. A still spider creature that you avoided and sealed off. Mostly. You fought frozen elementals in a chamber, and one of you, Veth, slid through the open doors upon completing the puzzle of which led to the next chamber, which was a 270-foot pit. And you plummeted, but caught yourself with some magical know-how, and then were immediately attacked by some black puddings that drew your attention. The rest of you turned into, some of you turned into eagles, and others rode on them, and you fought them in a giant, lightless tunnel. D&D. After making your way to the base of that pit, bless you,
Gesund.
you discovered a hidden, mostly obscured entranceway to an elongated, still magically lit tunnel. At the end of it, an arcane doorway, and beyond that, a somewhat circular chamber, where upon looking within, you discovered the tail end of a conflict, where it seems the Tomb Takers have just finished off the last of their victims, of which Mollymock throwing the lifeless body of the individual he was previously clutching to the ground, turned with a smile and said, "Oh, my apologies. You arrived early. I was hoping to tidy up a bit." So, that's where we begin. As you see, the tomb takers all begin to sort of stand still out and about in the center, semicircular lower region of this somewhat rounded chamber. Corpses strewn about in the space around them, pools of blood, the bright blue, vibrant light illuminating the entire chamber with this blue hue, this strange blue stone set into the ceiling. As these carved sigils all drag their way across the floor, the back wall up into where this stone is currently affixed. You stand above where the doors open and what looks to be the upper tier balconies that eventually lead to stairs that curve downward, or a set of stairs that directly enters the chamber. What do you do?
Well,
Quick description question. The jewel in the center of the room,
Yeah.
blue. Like, again, how big is it?
It's roughly 1.5 to 2 feet from side to side. And so it's a sizable stone.
And it's in the ceiling.
It's in the ceiling.
And there's sigil work all around the room, you said?
It's in the center of the chamber. There's scrolling all throughout, and there's bits of rock and rubble, and the room has seen better days, but it is fairly decently preserved in comparison to other chambers you've come across within these ruins. But the central symbols line the floor in the center of the chamber and then continue on to the opposite side from where you're standing, up the wall, and then surround the stone above.
And how far are we from our old friend?
At this moment, I'd say roughly 40, 45 feet.
That's close.
It's not a massive chamber.
What kind of clothes is Lucian wearing?
Right now you can see, while they're in various different shades and stylings per se, they're all wearing their heavy winter furs and leathers and cloaks. He's wearing heavy leather pants with kind of fur trim boots. It looks like beneath the coat, which is currently open now, he has what looks to be a simple silk or white cloth shirt beneath that kind of billows a bit from, you can see, it's not unlike something maybe you've seen Molly wear beneath his outfit.
Okay.
And when we were walking in, he was just finishing murdering a fool, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, you've all, for the most part, are still in the hallway. It was Caleb who noticed this originally, as you were the last one to open the door, if I recall.
Yeah, that's true.
So you would have been...
I dumped.
Moved a body.
Yeah, I just used my foot to push Vess's body a little out of the way, pathetically. I hope we are not being too presumptuous to intrude.
Well, I mean, we're not in the middle of anything right now, necessarily, so... Please, come in.
Are you going to attack us if we do?
We're all friends.
Unless you give us a reason to.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
45-foot inside check.
17.
17? This is a tense situation. And it could go either way.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yep, that's fair.
I, for one, am embracing the awkward. So,
Yeah,
I'm
this
gonna
is a very
Uh-huh.
tricky circumstance. You.
You see as he's holding two different, unfamiliar scimitars in his hands as he picks them up off the ground, or the one that he had dropped when he clutched the other person, and kind of wipes it on the edge of his cloak.
Unfamiliar scimitar?
Correct. All
we
right.
haven't met.
No, in fact, I think I've only met, you. Sort of met. At a distance, at least. I'm a bit curious who you are.
Right. I was wondering if you remembered.
Well, I think...
Just, blast from your past, I guess.
Looks over towards Kree, and Kree is kind of standing off to the side, too. Yeah, well, we all know each other.
Hey, Kree.
Been a while.
Indeed.
Good of you to be so forthcoming when we checked in, asked you some questions.
Well, I was a bit preoccupied. As you can see, I've told you a little bit about these people. And Molly turns and goes, Right. No, you said there was, a past. An encounter with something I wasn't quite present for. But nevertheless, for this time, let us meet for the first time. I am Lucien, the Nonagon.
The Nonagon.
So you really have no memory of any of us?
Not particularly.
But you remember Kree and the rest of the Tomb Takers from before?
Oh, we have quite a bit of history. I assume that you're all referring to the, uninvited guest who took the reins for a bit.
For a bit.
Yeah.
There's likely a fragment left behind. Try as she might, this soul was too strong for her to sunder, and I was pieced back together. Such is the blessing of the true Nonagon.
You keep saying Nonagon. What does that mean?
That means many things.
Are you speaking about Lady Dorogna?
She was an ambitious woman who reached a bit beyond her means. She lacked the imagination to achieve the things that I am achieving.
How long have you been the Nonagon?
Number of years, maybe. Now, I've answered a few of your questions. I've got a few of my own.
Sure.
It's only fair, I assume. You all seem mighty curious, you in particular. Why is it you followed us?
Oh, that is
Wow.
long.
He takes a small flask out of the inside of his cloak and kind of like unscrews it as he listens.
Well, you've put us into a bit of an awkward situation. Your competitor, Caleb looks over his shoulder. She was our charge. She hired us to come here, and now we have found ourselves on our own. And she will be missed where she comes from.
I'm sure she will. But, you know, as the adage goes, you play with fire. And I, on some scale, do feel sorry you got roped into that, but, I couldn't miss an opportunity. It seemed our
Certainly.
paths were diverging to a point in an unexpected way, and she's a figure of enough power that it's best to get the jump if you can.
She was really powerful.
And had many powerful friends who are going to want to know why she is no longer among the living.
In time, I'm sure.
You asked why we're following you. I'm sure your friend Kreese filled you in. We had quite the history with you.
With your fragment.
Then?
Before this Lucian, it's more than a bit awkward. We had very fond feelings.
Yes, this forgotten fragment of yours was a friend of ours.
So you fell for this empty speck. That explains a bit.
If I may, you know, this friend of ours, he resided in your body. You have such contempt for him, it seems.
It's hard to have contempt for something that doesn't really matter.
But he did matter to some people. He mattered to us.
It was but a part of myself, and I'm back.
And you're not even curious where they came from, where they've gone now?
I mean,
Or how you ended up that way.
it's a bit strange, sir, but I'm sure all information will be laid bare when I finish my path.
Was it the first time that happened?
First time. Hopefully the last time. So tell me again, why are you here? Is it vengeance?
No.
We were hired to come here, and we were told it was an exploratory,
Expedition?
expedition.
It is a very good question because we really could have just left after everything fell apart, but
I think we've come seeking better understanding.
yeah.
I think we actually were just looking for our friend, so.
Well, I understand grief can be hard sometimes for folks to swallow. But your friend is gone, and I've taken back what's rightfully mine.
Detect undead.
Okay.
Whole room.
Nothing really
Interesting.
up.
You mentioned being on a path. Where's this path leading you?
North-ish. I've got unfinished business here in Islecross.
Unfinished business.
Uh-huh.
North of Aor.
To Aor, if you're being specific.
You've obviously detected, no doubt, that we are at a disadvantage. As was said, we were contracted to escort Lady Dorogna here, and now that she has departed, we are picking up the pieces.
Yes, we won't be paid for our services as we were promised because you've killed our employer. And so we find ourselves freelancing with no mission.
If you're worried about this death being put upon you, well, rest assured when I finish my journey, I'm more than happy to take my place wherever such laws would deem it unnecessary.
Just take your place.
To explain what I've done.
So you aim to be a public figure, or is it more? Would you prefer to remain hidden?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Sure.
These people who were they following you? These,
No, they just happen to be first. And not eager to share.
not going to pretend we haven't done worse.
You mentioned that you were the Nonagon. Have you always been the Nonagon, or is that a recent title?
It was a title that I claimed for my brief departure from this plane.
And have you killed the last person who held that title?
No, the last person to hold that title disappeared a long time ago.
Oh, shit.
Does that
To
title
somewhere
have
else.
anything to do with these? These?
These hands and these necks.
The eye tattoos.
The tattoos, specifically.
These hands.
Are not mine.
Why, yes, they do.
Can I insight check him on that whole, the last title was held a long time ago?
Go for it.
General insight check.
We'll just get a rolling insight check on.
Just, just a standard rolling insight check,
Blanket.
26.
26? Seems to be telling the truth.
Whoa.
Can you actually see through all those eyeballs?
I can see many things through these eyes.
So, like, because I is scrying on you, you call me scrying, right?
I can see through many eyes, too. As he begins to, put out his arms, you can see the eyes begin to light up red across his body. And as he does, you see the eyes of his companions, tomb takers, their eyes begin to glow red, and he goes, "That way, not much can escape my vision, this blessing. As he says that, the voices of the other tomb takers also speak the same words in unison with him before the red fades from their eyes and his fade as well.
Huh.
Boy.
Oh shit.
Do you like take control when that happens, or are you a one person, or?
We're just well connected. And then you see over on the side this halfling member of the tomb takers, and their voice looks to you and says, "We've been through a lot, and we understand what needs to be done." Moves over to Kree, who's follows up immediately after that sentence. You see the bit of red still kind of lingering in their eyes. "That is why we fight forward, to bring the Nonagon to his destined precipice."
And what is that precipice?
Well, if you're on the same path as us, perhaps you'll see.
Can I see tattoos on any of the other tomb takers?
Make a perception check.
And how many tomb takers are there?
No, it's 5 currently, including Molly.
9.
And have we gotten a good look at them? Do we have descriptions yet, or no?
Yeah.
If you
Halfling, Kree.
So there is a halfling who is kind of dressed in darker leather armor with a crossbow at their side. Their expression is a bit gaunt and sallow. Female with kind of wild hair. There is a Goliath who is currently standing with a massive, heavy maul, the head on the ground, kind of leaning a little bit into it. The other arm just kind of resting on his own shoulder as he watches. You see there is a human woman who has a long sword and a shield strapped across her back. Dark hair itself just kind of tumbles down past the shoulders, long in the front of what looks to be half-plate armor. And you also see Kree, the familiar black-furred tabaxi, standing with what looks to be a necklace with a kind of red circular polished orb in the center of it.
You see,
So it's 4 plus.
Yeah.
It's 4 plus Molly.
Oh, okay. So not 5. Okay.
Or Lucian.
Lucian, I should say.
you see so much, and then there's these. What do the eyes of 9 mean to you, if anything?
Well, I have 9 eyes here.
Yes.
Each of them granted to me by each eye that gave me this title.
Who gave you this title?
Maybe you'll meet them. You said you're looking for work, right? You're directionless, pathless,
Yeah.
aimless and fearful to return. For reprisal awaits you in the loss of your employer.
No, that's absolutely true. We're probably wanted men and women here, and we have no money and we have no purpose right now. So yes, we need a direction for sure.
Well, you're free to follow. I can guarantee you where we're going, it's only going to get stranger.
You mentioned your destined precipice. Are you a believer in fate?
Not so much in the classic sense. Divinity seems to nudge and push in places unchallenged.
It's interesting that our path has crossed with yours many times now. Wonder why that is.
Indeed. Well, nevertheless, this has been a fine conversation. We'll take what we were looking for and be on our way. And if you'd like to follow behind, well, be our guests, they all say in unison together.
How far are you going? Somewhere on this sliver of reality, or further afield?
See the eyes narrow a bit from Lucian's face. On the field, then perhaps a bit beyond.
This room, if you're moving on, is extraordinary. Do you know what any of this is?
Nay. Begins to whistle and points upward, and you watch as the halfling begins to walk away from the chamber and walk up the wall, and then walk across the ceiling.
Oh, that's cool.
I can do that.
You can walk on the ceiling?
Yeah, I can do
walk on the ceiling?
Go join.
Why didn't you do it then before? Because
I thought that I had that spell.
I don't know if it's a spell.
Oh.
I'll head over and put
Ting.
my foot on the wall.
Ting!
Oh.
Your foot just touches the wall.
Never know it's a spell.
But you look up and you can see now the halfling has pulled out a hammer and a chisel and is currently hammering around the seam where the gem is fixed into the ceiling.
While he works, I'm going to just very obviously cast Detect Magic on it and try to get a better understanding of it.
Okay. The magic, there is a lot of magic in this chamber. Elements of it dormant, elements of it prepped, and a lot of it funneling to this particular gem.
I assume the Tomb Takers are a little lit up with it as well.
Yes. Armor, weapons, all have some faint magical glow to them.
I'm going to take a step 20 feet away from Caleb.
The room has a very strong teleportation aspect to the sigils and glyphs, and the gem itself a very strong aura of conjuration.
Okay.
What are you going to do with that thing?
Maybe you'll find out.
Did I happen to notice any other tattoos on any of them?
You rolled a
9.
A 9?
Great.
No, didn't notice any.
I have a question. So, Vess, she also had the tattoos. Who was she to you?
She was a traitor. Someone who agreed to help me, us really, some time ago. And, well, lied and put me from this plane for some time. Shattered me, if you will. Scattered the spirit. But they put me back together.
Was she the one who put you in the ground?
Aye.
And just because, I sort of relate to this, I was not in my body for a couple of years also, so I feel you. But it was a horrible experience. I was still here on this plane. Did you go elsewhere? Did you travel to somewhere else while you were out of your body?
See, Lucian takes a couple steps forward and kind of kneels a bit in front of you, looking you directly in the eye from about 15 feet away. Although if you're still up at the top, probably kind of looking up at you, actually. It's one thing to be in a different body. It's another to have your very essence scattered. Your very immortal soul divided into pieces, like so much confetti. I believe you, seem to fall for one of those pieces that stuck behind. But the thing is, this soul bore the mark of those that gave me this title. They knew my import and they put me back together. And the moment that vessel became empty once more, well, looks over to Kree. I was happy to return. So if we've both found our ways back to our true selves, well, it's a year for celebration, is it not?
Yep.
So you're like a bunch of souls?
No. Just a healing one. You still hear the continuous tink, 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 tink across the ceiling.
And this entity that gave you your title, your powers, I presume you are their servant, their equal?
I am... I don't think servant's the right word. I am a student, as well as an entrusted representative.
Well, the work is being done on the gem up top. Can I loop around the back? Because there's like stairs and a platform in the back, kind of, in the back of the room.
You guys are up on a platform.
We're
stairs that go down and in the center as well. They're down below in the main chamber where the gem sits.
And there's no kind of alcoves or shelves or other items that would be worth looking at. I'm sure not like this big ass gem in the ceiling, but anything at all that's interesting. Items.
Make a perception check.
16 plus 3, 19.
19. Glancing around, there aren't any shelf units, there aren't any sort of scattered boxes or loose objects. This chamber seems to be designed for a particular concentrated purpose. And you do see bits of rubble and like fallen rock, and you do see elements where the chamber's sustained some structural damage, probably from the impact of this ruin. But for the most part, it's outfitted only in the structure itself.
The holodeck, y'all.
And as you're walking, kind of getting a glance, the Goliath figure is still kind of leaning on the mall, just kind of keeps his eye on you as you walk past, and you're all just smiling creepily.
Yeah. Cree. Did you dig it up, or did he come to you?
When I heard that the vessel was available, well, I went to see if perhaps there was a chance he would return, and as you see, we were very lucky to have him back.
And you're sure you put him back together right?
Well, so far, so good.
You hear as her voice and his voice both kind of merge on that final sentence.
Would you even know? Well, I do hope that all the parts are there.
Tink! At that point, you hear, and the Goliath kind of lets them all fall for a second, puts the arms out, and catches this heavy blue stone. Kind of puts it under his arm.
Does it look like just a normal jewel or anything?
Is it a sapphire?
One side of it is polished. The part that's facing you all, it's polished smooth. The part that was set kind of comes to a gradual point on the back end and has various facets that are all kind of dug towards the point. So he catches it. It almost looks like an odd, like a weather balloon shape almost. He takes it and holds it there.
We all know who made this. I assume that is your ticket through the veil.
Oh, no. This is one of many gifts to bring. The ticket to the veil lies a little further down.
I am very curious. Are you looking to bring the past back to the present? Is that what this is about?
There's a lot of things that are possible up in Aor's ruin. I sense you're one curious about possibilities as well.
Well, it's in my nature.
Oh, then you're going to have a lot of fun. There's so much to find.
You mentioned that these eyes felt you were important enough to bring back. What makes you so sure they're not going to feel the same about Vess?
Vess has more selfish tendencies. I was the first chosen. She was the imposter, the intended usurper.
But still chosen. I saw those tattoos.
Oh. Those were her misunderstanding of the tome that she took from me. She had no claim to the title. Nevertheless, our work here is complete.
Wait, but how do you...
Oh, no.
How do you get the tattoos? I mean, I know how you got most
We've
of
all
your
got
tattoos.
and
Yeah, we've got some really cool ones.
Most of
I was
us have
even
tattoos. We don't
with
know.
you when you got some of those, but specifically the eye tattoos. I don't. How do you get them?
You all seem very curious.
Well, we knew you, and you seem so different now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because we thought we'd never see you up and walking again, and here you are, you're walking around, and I don't know.
Yeah, and you don't even seem curious about yourself. I mean, you were nice. We really liked you, and you don't seem to give a shit about that at all.
To be fair, he
died
wasn't
fighting
curious about
alongside
himself
us.
when Molly was alive either.
It's fine. We'll leave you alone. You can do your stealing or whatever.
So we're free to leave.
Oh, I don't think you're asking permission from any of us, but I think we appreciate the gesture.
Of course. Well, we'll be on our way. Should you feel inclined and the curiosity continues to tug at your souls, well, follow the footprints in the snow.
If we do, are we to be making camp with you and, fighting off the same monsters on the path?
I say this with absolute respect. Traveling with this many is an impediment to the speed of our journey. Follow if you like, but too many to keep track of, too much to draw attention. And to be perfectly honest, I like to travel with those who I can truly understand, as all the voices together say the final three words.
Gross. Gross.
If I send a message to you, do all the other ones hear it? Or if I send a message to Cree, would you hear it?
Is this a group text?
Guess
Group
yes.
text.
Yeah.
It's possible. Depends on how carefully connected we are at the time.
Well,
Oh shit, didn't mean to text that to the group.
Yeah.
Wasn't meant for you guys, sorry.
We've certainly come this far.
Sure, yes.
as I think the only unaffiliated person in this room, I'd say that 6 strangers wandered into one of the most dangerous places that anyone knows about without any kind of psychic eye, whatever that is, because of you, because of 2 years of you. Just as a casual observer, I would be really curious about those 2 years.
If it helps put your feelings to rest, I am sorry, for whatever it's worth, that your friend is gone. Whatever part of me they were is not of me anymore. Truly gone. And I understand that can be challenging. And I'm sure even my presence now opens a wound.
Insight check. Truly gone.
Yeah.
25.
Ooh. 25? He seems to believe what he's saying.
Cool. All right. That'll do.
Well, then lead and we will follow. In fact, maybe we should all sort of declare our intent as they do, all together in unison as one.
Yeah, that's
Don't you
definitely
think?
a good idea.
Yeah.
Same time?
Yeah. Yeah, at the same time.
Count it out.
1, 2,
On 3 or after
3.
3?
We're going to follow you.
Follow
Yeah.
along
I'm gonna do
beside
whatever
you.
Totally
And
honest.
also
Pick up Vess's body.
can be.
All of them laugh as one for about 10 seconds before falling silent simultaneously.
You're real cute. I'll ask that you stay at least a bit back, because you're starting to get annoying.
Sorry.
Where are you headed next?
Well,
we do have interest here in the north.
To Alpha and Alpha, then homeward bound. Right?
Obviously.
So this is A5? So then A2?
We've got a couple other things to pick up, as his head nudges towards the Goliath clutching the stone. But there's always more to learn. I can't give you all the secrets right now. That's not fun. You want to earn knowledge.
And we won't reveal all of ours either.
Of course.
Before you go, I pull out my book with all of my flowers and things. You gave me this 4-leaf clover one time. And you told me that hopefully it will bring me luck and life will be a little bit better, so... and it was thanks to you, so... I know you're not in there anymore, but we really did care about you. But we'll be following behind you. Be safe.
You hand him the 4-leaf clover. Takes it. Looks it over. Kind of twirls it in his fingers. Well. A fine gesture. Could all use some luck on the road ahead. He tucks it into his jacket.
Minor question before you move forward. With detect magic on, what on on Lucian's body lit up? I'm sure the blades. Anything else?
His entire body, where any of these eyes are, emanate a very strong magical aura, though it doesn't have a particular arcane school of magic that is tied to that source.
Any other objects?
If anything, the red eyes have just an extremely intense red glow when you're detecting in that direction.
Okay. And any other objects on his person? Aside from the swords?
Both of the blades and the armor are like this, like the kind of like soft leather elements, like the vest and the pants that he has on, all seems to be like a connected piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Kind of puts his hands up in a are we good sort of physical motion, and then takes a step forward as everyone else takes a step forward in lockstep, and they kind of push their way through you and into the hallway.
As Kree passes, can I try and get a closer look at that necklace that she's wearing?
Make a perception check.
Let's get up. Oh, no, not yet.
20 total.
I take out my sword.
20 total. It's a little hard to see because it's a little bit tucked into like the heavy furs around the cloak that she's wearing, the mantle piece. But you look at it and it looks like a small red globe about that big that is actually with the 20 you'll be able to tell it looks like it has some sort of red liquid in it.
Blood.
Kind of sloshes a very, very little bit with her movement.
Okay. Is anyone else wearing anything like that? Or she's the only one.
She's the only one that you can visibly see with that.
Yeah. All right, that's good to know. Okay.
They all leave the chamber down the hall where you came from.
I guess the first question would be, are we taking Lady Dorogna with us?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Which you do notice as they're stepping through. You do hear a as Lucian kind of steps over the body and kind of looking down gives a swift kick to the head.
Ooh.
You hear a faint crack in the lifeless corpse.
Yikes.
I was saving that for... Fine. I don't know.
For tea.
I was thirsty.
I know that we're going to want to leave pretty soon, so I begin the process of putting her back into the necklace. It's going to take me 10 to 20 minutes.
Do you think it's safe, Caleb? Like, with her in there, can she be scryed on? Can somebody, like, find her location in that? The same way...
Well, if you're really worried, we can store her in this to keep her fresh, and put the necklace into one of our bags or on Ford's person because of the necklace that he's wearing now.
Right.
She won't decompose regardless.
Correct.
Anywhere we put her.
But she'd be hard to fit into the bag if she's not in the little
Very
This
fair.
is Liam talking. I thought things rotted and decomposed in bags of holding.
I've cast a
He's
spell.
got
Cast a spell on her.
Oh, okay, right.
Every 10 days, I just have to tap her again.
What spell is that again?
It's
gentle repose.
gentle
Don't
repose.
decompose.
Oh, interesting.
But
That way, yeah.
I know that's what that
yeah, I think that'd be smart. Just so if anybody from the assembly starts poking around.
Cool.
That 10-minute window for restoration is still open. She has. No, it's not, because we didn't find her until the morning, but she's not going to go any further.
Okay.
Shit.
It's the formaldehyde
Is
stuff.
something wrong?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Are we following?
This is what we actually followed Bo's plan. Bo was like, let's talk.
We
Let's be friends. We did it, right? Gold stars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, even though we totally sucked and kind of let Vess die, proved my theory was right.
That's the most important thing.
Definitely the most important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just felt like I should point that out.
I felt like this went rather well, all things considered.
So we're following along as they do their nefarious thing.
Well,
Should we try to get in front of them? Should we try to move faster than
I was
them?
kind of wondering that too. Or what's the most likely, which direction they're going? Maybe we can go the opposite way and hit a different alpha.
We're at A5. The only other site on this side of that giant lava river, as indicated by this map, is A2, but it is far north and west. It's probably it is the furthest point from where we are right now. More center and north, a bit closer but across the lava river, is Aor. Further east and closer still, again across the lava river, is A4. And then the second furthest location, but far to the east, is the A with the question mark.
I'm feeling the question mark.
Which I think I am too. I feel like that denotes like it hasn't been explored.
And Matt, he did say they were heading to A2, right?
Aor
To
eventually.
alpha and alpha.
To Aor eventually, but they didn't specify that they were going to hit A2 next or anything like that.
Unless
No, they said follow their path.
When I asked him about Aor, he was like, eventually. They have other shit to do.
Hey, it's been 7 days.
But I think I would guess they got to hit all of these spots.
I
Because
don't know.
I mean, if they've been, my theory would be if they're traveling from the south, which everyone seems to need to, unless they came from the west, they have to hit one of these spots. They could have hit Cyrilnia, which is on the far eastern point, so they could have hit the question mark spot first, but I think they need a piece from everything.
It still doesn't feel like we're acting from any position of strength. They've been one step ahead of us this entire time. They've been able to watch us. There's no guarantee that if we think we're taking a shortcut or pulling a fast one on us, that they won't be watching us most of the time.
Yeah.
Where is Lucian's next destination? I don't know.
Cad, just pull out a magic 8-ball.
What is that?
Were you trying
Try
to?
again later.
Yeah.
Divine intervention for the day.
You were trying to get divine intervention?
Yeah, rolled my percentile.
Man, I gotta use divine intervention more, y'all.
Every day. Give it one roll every day.
Okay.
It's a lottery ticket.
Divine intervention, y'all.
1 out of 10. Or no.
No, it's
10
far
out of
less than
100.
that.
Hey, what happens?
Say what?
It kind of seems like you need to do a ritual and like you need somebody there to bring one of these people back, but say, hypothetically, if Vess were just to snap awake with
Yeah.
life in her
I'm
veins.
dragging her to the center of the room she's in while you were talking.
I'm just kind of talking alongside her snapped neck. What happens if she's in this thing? Would she like immediately suffocate if she tried to come back to life in there?
I don't think she's coming back to life if she's in here.
You would have to be there. She's been dead a while.
Yeah. Also,
requires-
I don't think she's a true Nonagon. I think she was trying to be a Nonagon. I bet she got these things tattooed on her herself. But Lucian's tattoos.
She's a not a gun, is what you're saying.
She's a
Nonagon?
Yeah. That's right. Lucian's came from the entities. He said
she's
whatever
Octagon.
the 9 entities were. They were gifts.
I feel like if we're going to have a real discussion about this, we should do it somewhere warm.
These are great questions, by the way, for Lady Dorogna.
Yes, we
I
should
got some-
definitely ask
I've
her
had some
what's going
thoughts.
on.
Oh, that's right. We haven't talked to her.
Well,
We haven't talked to her yet?
We talked to her.
it takes 7
we can
days
talk to
before
her
we
again.
can, and it's only
We
been.
can talk to her.
We can.
Yeah.
Has it been 7 days?
Well, I don't know, but Caleb does. How long has it been?
It's been about 5.5
been
days. I think.
5.5.
A couple more days, and then we can ask 5 more questions.
When's our window though of when we need to bring her back to life?
Oh, that
Is that
That's gone.
gone.
the?
I mean, we can
resurrection or
technically
whatever,
bring
or-
her back
Yeah,
after
with-
after a year.
Doing that, right?
But that's
not
a
doing
big
that.
spell,
Yeah.
and that's a lot.
Yeah, we know more about her than she ever wanted us to know. She would try and fuck us up. That's not an ally.
Yeah, but we're giving her life.
So,
We can bring her back.
thank you.
Just offer her life and get the answers we need. She could bring the entire power of the Cerberus Assembly to bear upon us. She's dangerous.
She's a bad person. Probably.
Yeah, I just don't want to be framed for murder. That's all.
Well, we don't know what we're getting into, so aside from asking the dead body of Vess some more questions in a day and a half, is there any way to find out what the fuck is going on and where we're going and what's at these places?
I mean, I feel like what we need to do is figure out what the fuck exactly a nonagon is. What it is that Lucian's trying to accomplish. That's the only way we're going to be able to tell the assembly that's what Vestaragna was into, right?
The 9 of them gave him this. The 9 of who?
He said
People?
each eye. He was granted by each eye.
Yeah.
The eyes of
Sort
nine.
of like council?
Deities? People?
The city council on that crazy dream city that we saw?
Yeah.
They deputized him to come here and
How many betrayer
Find
gods
a-
are there?
Who was
find a landing spot for their city?
who was the original one? I mean, there's
The octagon.
that's before the nonagon.
Yeah,
Before that,
feel bad about that.
don't feel bad.
Yeah. Guilt is real.
Are there 8 betrayer gods?
Let me go check real fast. As
We could get a
of
hold of the library, ask about Nonagon. I don't know if we ever
I already have.
about Nonagon
Yeah.
specifically.
They didn't really seem to know much.
there are
I-
9 betrayer gods as of 20 years ago.
There are 9 betrayer gods.
Years ago?
As the Vecnards.
Oh.
Correct. The newest
Back in
in the
the
pantheon.
Huh.
I'm sure that's just some
Good
poured stone
dinky.
bullshit.
And we're
Sometimes
right
nine-
now sitting in the ruins of an ancient civilization that was flying through the sky, crashed here. We've had a vision of a city flying through the ether somewhere. Is Lucian really serving ancient Semnians?
Oh, man.
Something else?
Oh, man. We have to make a choice. It's clear we're going one of these 4 other places, yes?
Yes.
It makes the most sense to me to at least follow them along to see kind of which direction they're
Yeah.
heading.
Great call.
heading.
That's a
There
great
will
call.
be
We'll know
footprints out the
quickly.
door, and we just don't go that direction.
Yeah.
Well,
Aor
let's
is
still follow them for a bit because they could be trying to avoid landmarks or certain impassable terrain. So I think we do need to track them for just a little bit.
I think it would be a fair guess that Aor, because it is the biggest dot on this thing, and it seems like the HQ of it all, that would probably be the last place to go, with maybe remnants from the other sites.
What do you
So-
think that giant crystal was? He said he needed more things.
Well, the kind of magic it was shedding, it's for either pulling something here or sending something elsewhere.
Pulling something
Teleporting?
here?
It's a teleporting stone?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh boy.
High. It's very high.
Hi.
30.
Hello.
30.
Org.
That was the largest threshold crest you've ever seen.
This guy.
That's what they use. That's a city mover, right?
Threshold crests are smaller elements because it's a very, very
Holy fuck.
specific sort of magic, and is largely based in older pre-calamity magic.
That's what all of this is around us. This is old. Very old.
Old magic.
The oldest.
Oh, it was old magic.
It's old magic.
I've got Hector around.
I should have seen.
Like
The mighty nine. They're always after me, Lucky.
I can touch you.
it hits you like a lightning bolt. All of that entire complicated lattice of glyph work and magic scrolling is one whole threshold crest.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen them used to move large cities and even like large objects on a smaller scale. This was very big.
It's got to be the same city, right?
Yeah, I think
It's got to be the same city.
They're bringing it
city,
back.
and they're trying to bring it back. Or, well, he said he did say this plane may be beyond.
What if he doesn't know everything?
I don't think
He's
know if
just
he does.
following the signs too.
Could very easy.
I know a lot
who
of times
knows
when people
that
act
much?
all mysterious, it's because they don't actually have the answers and they want to seem like they know it, so they answer things in riddles.
Yeah, he could.
Very
Right there.
mock.
He
Right
could
there.
be a
Is that
pawn,
true? Or is it the most true thing you've ever said? Am I doing it? I don't
No, I don't think that's quite right, but
that's quite so.
you get the idea.
Has it been more than 10 minutes? I know we want to keep a distance, but also the elements are brutal and we don't want to lose all traces of where they've gone.
I probably need
Dagon
another
will be
5
able to
minutes.
track them.
Work,
Okay.
please.
You need 5 minutes?
Okay.
A bit more
Get
time.
moving when you're done.
This.
How long did it take us to get down here? Just like a few minutes, or was it like a long
Look at
trip?
that.
To get down to this point, it's probably been a number of hours.
But we got a big ass tunnel to go back
Should
up.
one of us just start heading up so we can like talk to Dagon ahead of time and see if he's going to come with, or
Oh, they're gonna pass Dagon. You should send Dagon a message.
I'm gonna send Dagon a message. I use my pearl of power to lose my last third.
Probably
tell him to hide.
past that.
Dagon, there's gonna be a group of people coming up out.
Probably, yeah, because they went unchecked.
Just tell them you're with us or hide. Be safe. We love you.
Oh man, I really hope he doesn't.
That might have been too much right there. You can scare
tell
him
him
off.
he's with us or hide. Okay, those are both good options.
The only response you get is, right.
Okay.
He's savvy. He's savvy.
He's so savvy.
good.
okay.
To the point.
Okay.
Well, if he's going around collecting giant threshold gatestone crest things, then yeah, let's go get us a threshold stone gate
And
thing.
destroy it so he can't bring it back, because that thing is scary. That city is scary.
What are we gonna do with a
Even
2
pry
foot
a
wide?
stone out of a
What if you tried
column.
to do something with it out here where everything's kind of cuckoo?
Big stone.
Maybe that's what going home's about.
Maybe.
Or maybe not.
But all across this land, there are fragments of a city that used to fly through the sky, and we've been told about this crater that changes for everyone who looks at it. So obviously, reality in that area is a little wibbly wobbly. And everything that is scattering this landscape probably broke off upon descent, and that city plummeted into where that crater is and punched a hole through it like wet tissue paper and is somewhere else. And they're collecting a threshold crest to bring back the city proper.
Do you need more than one threshold crest to bring back a city?
Do I know that from all I've heard of the old times?
You would need to, based on the size, yeah, because the threshold crest can only. It's kind of like triangulating a position, and then everything within there can be transported.
Okay, then yeah, let's go to A5 and get another one.
A5?
The bottom of the city a little bit.
Well, should we at least see which direction
Let's see which direction
they
they're
set
going.
out?
We're in A5.
All right,
Hey, question mark.
I've got her.
Okay, let's
Gunner,
go.
you good?
We got her.
There's nothing else to see. There's nothing else to see in here. No other doors. No other.
In the chamber you're in right now,
Yeah.
make a perception check.
Oh, I have the amber.
Okay.
I have the amber, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easier than a body.
Were there any altars or
Nothing.
like boxes or anything around?
Not in this chamber, not that you can see. If you want to make a perception check,
I was going to say I would have taken a look around just because.
sure, go give it a roll.
29.
Jesus.
29? No, I mean beyond the bodies that have been sundered and left behind.
Did they picked everything off those bodies? Didn't they?
No, they just killed them.
They just killed them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
glowy?
pick through the bodies.
Were they glowy when I took the entire room?
No.
Okay.
You do find amongst them a number of pickaxes. They have been carving away chunks of stone. Listen, you can see some of the designs that you've seen in previous chambers as you first entered this subterranean ruin, where they've carved off examples of it and kind of managed to pull different elements to possibly sell to other individuals or bring them back. But everything seems to be just standard collections of hunks of the ruin around you, nothing of particular worth, or anything that was of worth might have already been taken.
All right, well, then let's go. Is there any way to get out of here super fast? Like, do we have like a find the path thing or something?
I think I saw an exit door behind that giant spider. Anyone? Okay, no. All right.
We probably just go back the way we came.
All right. Yeah. But like, do we need like super speed or anything? No.
We don't
No,
have to go
Just
the way-
the old-fashioned way.
You're right.
We don't have super speed.
You're right. You're right.
That was last campaign.
All right, we start heading back.
Let's go.
Except
Okay.
I've used all my polymorph and everything, so I guess.
I haven't.
Okay.
I'll bonus action super speed.
Okay. So you dart through the hall. You rapidly make your way ahead of the whole group, just full on like Naruto running down the hallway. Eventually coming to the base of the pit.
It's dark. I'll just wait. You guys almost here?
You don't want to see if there's any more of your little oozy friends waiting?
Oh, maybe I'll look around. Oh, I still have the goggles. I'll look around and see if there's any more oozes.
Make a perception check.
7.
7? Not that you can tell.
Yeah, we're fine.
I hang back as we're walking back and I talk to Bo. Do you think he's really, really gone? Or do you think he was lying and part of Molly is still in there?
I think there's gotta be a part of Molly still in there. He said so himself that it was a fragment of him, and then that fragment grew into Molly, so
That's so weird.
it had to be a little piece of him, you know?
Molly was so cool, though.
I mean, look at Lucian.
He's pretty cool.
I mean, he's kind of a charlatan, just like Molly. You can kind of see where there's still some similarities. I think that's what's tripping me up.
Yeah.
Even him claiming about how he had no interest in his past or who he was, and those were exact things that Molly said.
It makes it hurt more again.
It does. It's like he's still dead, but now we're...
I'd kind of been holding out hope that as we got closer, he would, I don't know, he would see us all and remember us and... I don't know.
It's like being gaslit by a dead guy. Makes you feel like none of those memories are real, even though you know they were.
They were.
Molly was a real person, yeah?
Got his tarot cards to prove it.
And still got his damn belt.
Yasha's got his coat. He was real.
I don't think this is gonna get any easier.
Okay.
Let's go stop our dead evil friend.
Yeah.
Okay, with me, two at a time. Who wants to go up first? I turn into a giant spider at the bottom of the pit.
Why a spider? What is the matter with you? There's so many different forms you could choose. What?
With all the loud noises, Caduceus, you notice that in the nearby rocks, a familiar black tar-like substance begins to
Why
emerge.
don't I just lift us all up?
It's again.
Oh, yeah, that was too.
Yeah, I'll cast levitation.
On all of us, you can do that.
I think so.
What? You're a rogue.
Oh wait, no, it's only one creature or 500 pounds of objects, not creatures apparently. Never mind. Bye guys.
Amazing.
I'm going to. So we've got to only move one person at a time,
Well, no, I can. I'll use my 5th level.
or I can just try. Just because I'm curious about this. Yeah, I'm going to cast Anti-Life Shell.
Okay.
That should do it.
What is that?
I thought it was.
Yeah, unless there's a ranged attack that an oil creature can make. It's basically no living thing
Can get inside.
can get inside that I don't
Yeah,
want
for a
to.
10-foot radius.
Yep.
Oh.
So you
Not
watch
big.
as Caduceus kind of, after generating a little bit of faint energy, puts the hands on the energy, expands into this dome-like bubble around him. And as you all kind of gather close while your rogue and spider friend with who setting up first?
I grab Jester and Mandibles and start climbing.
No, I want to hold on to your back. Get me out of your mouth.
Yeah. You're a mandible, sorry.
Is it only one person at a time?
I'm not exactly sure how big I am as a spider.
A giant spider, you'd be able to carry maybe 2 people.
Okay.
And that's not that'd be your maximum, and that's pushing it a little bit, I think,
Okay.
for going
All right, well-
vertically.
A bunch of eyes just turn and stare at you, Ford.
No, fine, I'm going.
All right.
On the back. Or just to be on your back.
While you guys are being carried up the side of this tunnel, the rest of you are kind of huddled, the rest of you being Bo and Yasha, next to Caduceus inside this bubble as this black pudding
Nope. Nope.
What are we gonna do?
On the bubble.
begins to just wrap itself around the barrier. And it's held at bay.
Okay.
Interesting thing about Anti-Life Shell, I believe, is that you can shoot through it and it doesn't break.
Yeah.
And the creature can't get through.
Yeah.
The only reason the way a creature could get through is if I stepped towards it.
Correct.
So I can just take pot shots at this thing and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, I'm just going to take some fucking...
I just want to love you.
Yeah, I'm just going to gently take my time, very carefully.
It lasts for up to an hour. You don't need to roll damage.
Okay, I'm just...
While you
Poke.
just sacred
using
flaming it
cantrips.
repeatedly.
Just sacred flaming.
You watch as it quivers and burns, and over the period of the next few minutes or so, Caduceus slowly melts down this black pudding.
It's not cool. It's not cool.
Until one by one, all of you are carried to the top of this pit by Caleb. And there you find yourself back in the familiar frozen chamber. You eventually climb your way up the incline to the previous room on its side, finding the familiar crack opening where you first entered this ruin from the tunnel beyond.
I still have my little soap bubble. I'm not putting it down.
You got it.
At least 2 or 3 times on the walk, a couple of spider legs just kind of go on Ford's back.
Aw,
When I get up there,
likes
I know
you.
it's you. I know it's you. I know it's you.
when I get up there to Caleb, I'm gonna give him some scritches on the side, and I'll say, "I'm gonna eat you." Squishy, squishy.
Perfect. All right. Thankfully, the spider that you saw when you first entered has not given chase.
Oh.
What the fuck is with that spider?
You begin to climb your way out of the ruin, head up through the tiny crack, pushing through on your chest, squeezing ever so uncomfortably through the rope, the same process that you entered through, until eventually you find yourself emerging once more into the steadily more and more freezing weather that awaits you in the exterior of Isocross.
We're just gonna leave that spider up there.
Didn't we encounter a similar spider in the sewers in the very early parts of the game?
That was a phase spider.
That was a phase.
It was a long time
That's
ago.
right.
Yep.
Totally
Wow.
different spider.
Paul?
Look, spiders suck, man. Okay, they suck.
Yeah, but he was just looking at us. There's something in there.
I mean, probably.
Could be something in there.
I hate leaves.
I say as I rise up through the
I
pit
use
on my
rise up?
elevator.
No.
Veth is still behind on the elevator, apparently, while you guys are exiting the front of the...
Hi. Where'd you guys go?
We can wait in the
It only
spider room.
moves
I'm got
20
no problem
feet
with
a
that.
turn.
Let's not lose their tracks.
We keep going.
Yes. Eventually, you see the familiar sight of the gray sky before you. It's later in the afternoon. Caleb is able to gauge, though the weather has remained unchanged. The very, very faint, soft snowfall. You find your way to the little antechamber where you found the remnants of a long abandoned campsite and the drow corpse that you uncovered. And carefully you step out into the open sky above.
Is Dagon there?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh boy. Just blood everywhere.
10.
10. You don't see him.
Dagon.
Where was he before? Where did we see him last?
You saw him make his way off to one of the nearby cliffs to hide.
It's us. The coast is clear. Show yourself.
You see her head kind of poke up. We're good?
Yes, did you see them? Did you see the party we were mentioning leave?
Hold on. And you see him kind of back away, and then you hear shh as you see him in his chair just kind of ski through and around the other side before he hits a switch that kind of puts the brakes on it before it comes to a stop, and he goes,
Cool.
Yeah, I saw him leave. Bunch of weird looking figures. Do you know them?
Not really.
Distant acquaintances.
Complicated, yeah.
Did you see which direction they went?
Yeah, they went northward.
Northward. I think the plan is to follow at a distance, safely.
So they are friends.
More like, yet to be determined.
right. He kind of tightens his grip on his axe.
Considering an alliance, but we're not quite sure how we feel about it.
Tenuous alliance.
Yeah, that will probably betray in the end.
Up here? Probably.
Yeah.
How many times have you made it to the destination of Aeor?
Me, full journey 3 times.
How far from this point how long would it take to get there?
To the actual main ruin. I'll put that probably in the neighborhood of about 10 days or so. Maybe a little longer. A straight shot. Getting across that fire river sometimes can take a day, depending on how the weather's going.
If we wanted to shave off a day or two, is there a super dangerous shortcut we could take to get there before the other party did?
I mean, teleport.
Oh, well, I mean, like, not magic.
Then I'm afraid you're going to have to go the old-fashioned Dagon way, which is about, going at a person's pace.
Sure.
We could polymorph every day
Yeah,
and try to get some time
we
shaved
could
off
just
by flying.
Stay up all night, a couple nights, and
also,
be exhausted.
it's important to note what he said, that Lava River, it's more like a Great Lake. It's really, really wide.
Does it take a day to cross it?
Oh, it could take a day to wait for the weather and then having to get across it is an issue.
It's pretty big.
Do you not know anything about the river?
No, we just know it's a river and it's
Heard
lava.
about it.
We see a flow shift.
Ford bought a ring just in case. He had his foresight. It was so good. But
How
You got a ring for a river.
Oh, I have a ring for every occasion.
That's impressive.
How wide is the river again?
The places that can be close to a mile wide.
And just straight lava.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
flame.
it's one of the strange quirks here in Isocross. The flow shift you're talking about is where it seems to emerge from the ground from wherever and then divides its flow to the north and the south sides of Foreign. Weird quirk of this river. Snow doesn't melt when it touches.
What do you mean?
Meaning that's how you have to wait for the weather to cross it. You got to wait for enough snow to gather so you can walk across it.
Oh my God.
oh,
That sounds like a terrible idea.
But snow
How
covering
does that work?
lava?
Is it hot?
I mean, the lava's hot, yeah, but
The snow doesn't melt.
like I said, Isocross is a very weird place.
Okay.
That's why it's good to have the proper guard, the proper person showing you around.
Yeah, of course. On these previous treks there, have you lost any of your traveling companions?
Not by my mistakes, no.
The folks that you escorted, were any of them, named Sheila?
Why do you ask?
I'm just curious.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm at your disposal. You just point a direction and go. Are you following those folks, or are we going somewhere else?
One more question, actually. There is a point demarcated as a question mark. I think from our conversations with Lady Dorogna that those sites were yet to be explored and not fully excavated. About how long would it take to get there from here, would you estimate?
He looks over the map, he's like, yeah, from where we are now, it'll take us about 8 days.
8 days.
Yeah.
That's to the question mark?
And what's there? Have you been there?
I haven't been to that particular ruin site. I've been around the area. I know how to get there, and this map isn't too specific, so it'd be kind of like finding a needle in a snow-covered haystack.
And what about from here to Aor?
10 days.
What about from question mark to Aor?
Longer.
It's a lot of mountains.
Probably about another 10 days or so. About the same distance from where we are now to the
We'd have to
Aor as
go
it would be from there.
Through the mountains for it to be 10
So
days.
if we take the chance and try to go there, we could miss them by a week or more.
I don't think they're going straight there. I think they're hitting more sites and more sites.
I know, but we still don't want to try and take the gamble by just hitting one site and they hit 3 and still make it to Aor before we do.
That's a
they
site
might
that
not-
hasn't already been plundered.
We have no idea what's at these sites. All we know is that they're going to A2 right now, right?
Well, they're going north. That's about it. Could be A2 or Aor. They're both north.
And he said Alpha and Alpha, so it's probably an Alpha, which is A2. That's to the north, so we know that there's something there. That's the only thing we know. A question mark could be nothing.
Could be.
But it could be...
It's clearly
could
not
be-
important enough for them to go there.
Or they don't know about it.
Or they may just not have head in that direction yet. We should follow them for like a day.
But I don't
See
think
where
we
they
should
go.
be behind them. I think that we should be...
I think we can
Cutting
get there
them.
before them. We've got Dagon. He's the best guide in these parts.
They-
He can lead us there faster than anyone.
I don't think it matters if we get there before them if they've got everything they need already.
No, they don't. They're going there to get the thing that they need. We can get there first and get it.
A2. Not
Yeah.
Aor
Not
to
gonna be.
A2.
Like the two theories.
Why wouldn't
were
we get it? We got Dagon.
each one of the cities have something that they need. So we could go to A question mark and hold like the last remaining piece, kind of like we have with Ukatoa. Or the only things they need are at A2 and Aor.
Yeah.
And the other two don't
I
matter.
think that there's a better chance of us not. I think running into them somewhere is a terrible idea. I think it's going to lead to a fight, and I think that there's the notion that there's a site that hasn't been touched. I mean, that could be anything.
I love a question mark. I'm
do
having
too.
a real hard time going anywhere but the question mark.
I think that
If
I
we
think it's a
spend
better
8
risk.
days getting there and it is nothing, no interest at all, we will have fucked
Myth.
ourselves.
Yeah, well, it's a big myth.
If we at least go where we know that they're going, we know it's important.
Well, we won't know why because they would have already gotten there.
No, we got Dagon. We're getting there first.
Dagon, do you feel
We are
that
20 minutes
somehow
behind them. We can make. We
lapping
have
these
10
people
days
is
to make it up.
possible?
Beth, aren't you at least intrigued by the question mark?
Absolutely not. If it was important enough, it would have a number after it.
Well, here's my question. If you're wanting to follow their tracks, then there's no use in getting ahead of them because then the tracks can't be followed. But if we're trying to get ahead of them because we don't care about the tracks, we can get ahead of them.
Yes.
We can get ahead of them?
Fucking.
I mean, I don't know who they are. I don't know how well they travel, but I can get you there faster than you'd be on your
Not
own.
what we needed to hear. Damn it.
I'm still feeling that the question mark makes sense to
The
me.
question: Why? We're closer to the question mark than A2, right?
Yes.
So if it was that important, they would go there first.
They don't know
about
it's
it.
there.
Why would
Now,
they know about it?
the
They
A2
know
on the
all
map
of
from
this-
where we are right now is about 6 days from us, 5-6 days.
Oh, this map is all fucked
A2
up.
is
then.
north, and the question mark is
Is to the
East.
East.
I agree with Veth.
Send you another
Trust me,
Right,
this
right.
entire landscape is probably littered with things that I'm very, very curious about. But
Sorry, about 8 days to A2 from
I think
where
if
we are.
why
about
else
it.
are we here if not to figure out what Lucian is doing and to go off in an entirely different direction for question mark, for who knows, and to potentially lose their trail entirely?
Yeah, think of it like this metaphor. Well, say we were just walking through the snow and we saw a post sticking up out of it. That could be anything. It could be jewels, it could be nothing. Should we go after it? Or should we keep walking to our destination?
Well, that's a good question. Caleb, what do you think?
Well, it's worse even because that shit was directly in front of us, and this is 8 days
This is a
march to the
metaphor.
west.
A metaphor.
Metaphor.
I think we all know what's going on here. All right?
I vote A2.
Yeah, let's vote. Show of hands to go north towards A2 or AR.
And then, wait, what about A4? We haven't talked about A4.
What?
Yeah, nobody's talking about that shit. Anybody
not?
want A4?
But why would A4 be any
is
less
just as
important than
likely
A question?
or unlikely as the question mark.
It's a question mark.
Because they may not know about
We
That's
have
gamer
to-
logic, baby.
We have to assume that Lucian knows all this shit
We are
already.
talking to you, not Travis. Now focus.
Yes.
We have no purpose in that direction. We don't know what that is. Are we just treasure hunters who don't care about the visions that this one has had and the
not
the
about
friend?
Don't drag
Treasure.
me
It's not about treasure hunting. Let's think about this logically. We know. Hang on. We know that he's looking for threshold gates, right? What are they called? Crests. That's what they're called. We know he's looking for threshold crests. We are basically gambling on if we were going to get to him sooner if we try to go to A2. It's a race.
It's not a gamble.
It's a gamble.
It's not a gamble.
It's a gamble.
Dagon just said it. 100% sure. Confidence, Dagon.
I'm real lost right now.
You
What are
can get
talking
us anywhere here faster than those fuckers,
The
right?
gamble is going to
I can get there. I can get there faster
Not
than you would on your
necessarily.
own, and based on how they're traveling on foot, and unless they're really familiar with the landscape, they don't have me helping them out. But could probably get me there quicker than they can.
There's pros and cons to this, because let's think about this.
What happens if they get there before us?
Or
Still get to see what it is, what they were doing there, what they're going to use it for.
Then
we
what?
still get all kinds of precious information. We can race them to the next one, or we can go to A4 while they go to A question mark, or we can go we can still do the same thing.
Or
I feel like
we do get there ahead of them, but barely, and then it's a fight against Lucian on the way out because we stole his ship before them. If we go to A question mark, we know they're not going there, and we would be basically running a solo mission.
I do
There are-
not follow this logic.
She's
We don't-
explaining it.
We don't know what they're doing.
She's
we don't know what their purpose
explaining
is
it.
with these
Let her
stones.
finish.
Well, we know that you need a lot of stones in order to teleport a giant city like this, right? They've got to be scattered literally everywhere if Aor is as huge as it is. If A question mark is undiscovered, the likelihood that there's still some sort of threshold crest there is plausible. It's really just like a risk management type of thing. Which one do we want to do? Do we risk doing the race and potentially having a fight ahead of time with Lucian, or taking a big question mark, potentially more time, but we have a pretty good idea that we're not going to maybe get into a premature fight with someone who can explode people's brains?
High risk, high reward.
Okay, so say that you're correct. Let's say that there is the type of stone that they would want, it question mark. But there is also a stone going where they are going.
We need all of
We
these
go
stones.
to one. We don't know that at all.
We don't.
We don't know that at all.
It's true.
They
we
could
don't.
go north, get everything they need, and be gone. Let's sit and we get to question mark and find a stone. Hooray, we have a stone, and they're gone. We don't know where they went, how they used it, what their plan was, nothing.
True. It's very true.
That's fair.
Both are very, very.
We don't even really necessarily know that they're just looking for stones. They just have one.
We have no idea what they're doing.
They already could have 4 stones, and they just needed this one extra one. Now they're going to pick up some box of gold, and then they're getting out of here. We have no idea.
Should I send a message and ask him?
Sure.
He's probably watching us have this conversation.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That is a good point, though, because he said to follow him. Once again, he always said, even if we decide to go a different path, could always try and check in on him. Say, hey, we know that he'll be looking back, but
We could also just see what he does for a half day's travel, a day's travel. If he goes north, he's going north. If he starts to turn, because there is a landmass here, then he's not going north.
Okay.
Also, even if we just follow him for half a day, maybe Dagon can get a good beat on him, and then we could be a little bit more sure if we know that we could outpace them.
I don't mean to pry in business. It's really not what you hired me for, but,
Please.
y'all trying to teleport a city?
Oh boy, that's a conversation.
we're not.
We're not.
You know, but who knows? Other people might be, and that could be dangerous.
Why do you know about teleporting cities?
No, it just seems like it's a lot of city to
Oh,
teleport.
Dagon, it's all speculation and myth and legend. You must know it abounds in this place. There's so many strange mysteries. Magic doesn't work properly.
I mean, yeah, there's all sorts of
Lot-
mysteries.
Tall tales.
Completely. It's just a lot of city to teleport.
Aor? You talking about Aor or just
Yeah, the main ruin.
They're
It's
going to need
huge.
a lot of threshold crests.
how big? Like, have you been to other major cities around the world? Can you compare it in size?
I'd say. I mean, just the central ruin there, the crater that's filled with ice that's over the ruin is probably about, I don't know, a handful of miles across.
Handful of miles.
More than a couple.
I mean, the ruin there, you can see some of the towers still poking through the ice itself. That's how the ruin was found, so it's a big city, at least this as much of a chunk that resides there.
We have a few other options, not to muddy this up, but if we're looking for information, Vess, whenever we can talk to her again.
Oh yeah.
Couple of days, yeah.
Couple days.
Cobalt Soul knew nothing, and they said all the pieces and everything that had been uncovered from these areas all laid in the hands of the Cerberus Assembly. They also said that it's been an arms race between the Cerberus Assembly and the Dynasty. Could call up some of our old
Maybe
friends.
Essex knows something about it.
Correct.
That's a really good idea.
So why don't we?
They might know because this is Vess's map. We already ran into one pillar with one giant green emerald that we couldn't yank from it. That's her map of the excavation sites that she knows. Essex and the Dynasty could have a whole other excavation map with a whole bunch of other A question marks on
Probably
it.
would want to hear about what happened to their crew that was
Unless
just up
this
here
is
as
Lucian's
well.
map. And she just had it.
Oh, this is a good plan.
So why don't we
also-
start
Yeah.
looking after the party, and during that day that we're following them, we can make some phone calls or, calls. I just invented phones, Ken.
Similarly, I was considering contacting Astrid and Eodulf.
Let's start.
Do they know about
with-
this stuff?
They could.
I have to assume Astrid knows a lot.
Do you
And
think
what
you
she
can
doesn't know.
trust them, Caleb?
No.
Not even Astrid?
I feel like the Dynasty will ask fewer questions.
At least Essex.
Maybe.
And you're sure? I mean,
Maybe.
she was working with Trent, and it seems like Vess kept a lot of shit secret from Trent and Ludinus and the rest of the Cerberus Assembly. I don't know if she's that. I don't know if this reaches her pay grade.
Should we walk and talk? Are
Let's
we
walk and talk.
talking?
Yeah, we're walking and talking.
We're walking
Yeah.
and talking.
I think
what?
she knows quite a bit. I think that she's been trained to take over things. But she's not. They're not the only option, to be sure.
So we're moving. All right.
We've been walking 20 minutes. I don't know what. Yeah, okay.
Fucking walkers.
Yeah.
So you guys continue your path now. Here, the weather is not too harsh. Heading northward, following the tracks. Dagon has a very strong lead on the tracks he left behind. They're not trying to cover them by any means. But nevertheless, there is a... You're a little late in the day, but let's go ahead and roll to see if anything transpires
Ooh,
the day.
who are we
Who wants
on?
to roll?
We
Yeah,
were
we rolled
on.
last. I think maybe you rolled
Did you
last.
roll
I rolled
last?
last.
Is it me? Okay.
Ruin
Is it
everything.
a 10?
What is it? Just a D10?
D20.
Ruin
D20?
everything.
I'm counting on you.
Don't say that.
I want
Don't
everything.
don't count on me.
Count on me.
19.
Hey.
That's the worst.
Weirdly,
thing
the
you could
higher it goes, the worse.
Yeah, yeah.
Possibly.
Roll a d8 for me.
Oh boy. What the fuck, Marisha?
Good God. Maybe it's to see how many gems we
As if
discovered.
there's not enough going on today.
7.
Oh, that's the worst one.
Second from the top. Second from the top.
Knew it.
The weather begins to grow harsher.
Why though?
And at a certain point, Dagon shouts out, I see something ahead.
No, you don't.
No, I do. I very, very plainly see something ahead. I think it might be your party.
Oh. What?
Maybe. You see, as he comes up on a hill, is kind of,
They're all dead.
grinding wheels, bringing them up.
End of campaign.
Oh, whatever this is, it didn't come to a positive conclusion. And he sleds off this hill, and as you kind of begin to follow behind, you can see that it looks like there are a number of bodies scattered a little
Another
ways off to the
altercation?
side.
Oh boy.
I'm going to carefully keep an eye out for what's around this thing. It feels very trappy to me.
Okay.
Trippy.
Make a perception check.
Don't forget to check for trap.
Don't pay any attention.
21.
You don't see anything at the moment of issue.
All right.
It is getting darker. The light is beginning to fade from the sky above. Night does begin to loom, but as the snowfall begins to increase, the wind begins to blow a bit. You glance forward and see that this group of bodies is not the tomb takers that you are pursuing. In fact, at this glance, they are long frozen. At least the bodies appear to be. There is a layer of ice across the skin, and they are still in the snow, partially covered, and elements of bodies, like limbs, stuck in rigor mortis and frozen state, kind of poking through.
Oh, closer look.
Yeah.
Detect
Check them
undead,
out.
just for fun.
Okay. Do you want to make it? You want
Yeah,
to
I want to see if I can ascertain what kind of a group they were, if they've got anything interesting on them.
make an
because
investigation check?
I am a thief.
Nothing popped up.
Detect undead, you said?
Yeah.
16.
All right, 16.
I suppose.
You find some money, about 15 platinum, 341 gold.
Ooh.
You find a diamond worth 250 gold pieces.
Yo, that
Winner.
Is that enough? Does it have to be 300?
Does that do one of the things?
But
But you
We
can
can
like
make-
add to it, right? Or like
Can you glue two diamonds?
yeah.
that's the point how it works.
But diamond powder, on the other hand.
Diamond powder we can use for other things. Yes.
Okay,
There
cool.
was the diamond worth how much?
250 gold.
I just pass that off to you.
Oh.
And a small chunk of blue material, not too dissimilar from what you saw the tomb takers leave with.
Oh, interesting.
Wait, what did
The
you
blue is like one of the
Smaller
threshold crests, like
piece
crushed.
of what was in the ceiling.
Ooh.
What were you doing?
Detect undead.
Detect undead. You get, of the 6 bodies that are there,
Smaller
6 faint undead sources from inside the frozen corpses.
Yeah, they're still kicking around.
What?
Oh, interesting.
Maybe we should leave?
Well, they're not doing anything, and I knock on one of their heads.
Too late.
As you're kind of finished looking, you look up at the frozen body that's there in the snow that you finished kind of breaking off the mostly frozen packets at their side. You can see the eyes. One of them kind of looks towards you.
Oh, hello. Yeah. Life is pretty rough.
It's just looking at you with the one eye.
Oh, Booby. You can't use this anymore, thank you. Let's just walk faster. We're faster than them.
Do we want to ask where that material came from? Maybe they found their own threshold crest and now
Probably
Lucian's
not
group
very
has it?
talkative at this point.
Can we kill them and then ask them?
Yeah.
Once they're undead, it's kind of a...
Oh, is that?
I don't know if that's really
Screw it
the
up a
thing you
little
want to
bit.
mess with.
All right, fair.
I don't want to.
I'm still gonna pick. Can I pick? Wait, did someone do that already? Picked up
Oh, I
a
think-
piece of threshold crest?
Caleb has
You
it.
did? Okay, good.
There's like a very faint blue glow you can see emanating from inside the throat of one of them.
Blue glow? Ooh, like they ate
Inside
some
the
of it.
throat?
kind of like within one of them, you see the mouth is kind of frozen open a bit, and you can see this very faint blue glow on the inside.
Oh, well, let's go for that.
Oh, yeah, I start prying on the jaw.
Yeah, I reach in.
I think they're still moving.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, you reach in.
Oh no, why? Why?
Your hand immediately turns extremely cold.
Cold.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Super cold.
Oh,
This is so dumb.
I do a swan dive.
Okay, 15.
15. Okay. You pull back, and your hand is numb. Like it is just like we're talking funny bone sitting on it for an hour, bloodless numb. There was nothing to grab. It just felt kind of like this cold, empty space in its throat. You didn't sense a source of the glow, but you see some of the other bodies now. You can see between the teeth. Also, this blue glow beginning to.
We should bugger out.
Maybe we should just go. I don't think it's a thing. I think
brighten
it's a thing.
within
Maybe we
their
should
visible
go.
orifices.
We'll check this out later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick walking.
Dagon's like, "Are you satisfied? Let's fucking go."
Yeah, power walk, people.
All right. So you continue on for the next hour and a half or so. Before nightfall hits, it is pitch black, and the weather has worsened. Dagon's like sitting here going, I mean, I can make a camp, but you still have that that pretty.
Dagon. We're not going to do that.
at least wait and make sure that they're making camp. We should get eyes on. I mean, are we within eye shot of Lucian's party?
Not eye shot yet, but you're following the path.
Okay, I
Let's
agree.
follow until they stop.
I agree.
How would
Okay.
we know?
They'll light a fire, I assume, or
What if they don't stop?
Don't need to.
then we'll go up
Or if
and
the
look.
path
I could just scry.
We're not
on them.
enemies. Sure, it's gonna be dark, but sure.
It only takes a few minutes.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think you should.
Okay, I'm gonna scry.
Okay.
On Cree.
On Cree. Okay.
Oh, wait. Before I do that, I'm going to cast Enhance Ability
Yeah.
on myself
Look at that.
Hey.
for the perception checks.
Okay. Alrighty. And so then you sit down for a second. Let me go ahead and check one thing for the scrying. Okay. Yep. As you all are kind of walking through the snow a bit, you tell everyone to stop for a moment, and you begin.
Stop for a moment.
you begin to prepare your spell, bringing out the various components that are required, and as you concentrate and complete the casting of the scrying spell, you feel the arms of the traveler reach under your shoulders from behind and almost lift your consciousness from you for a moment. You see dark snow, lightless, black cold, and you can sense the cold, but it doesn't make you cold. It's just kind of acknowledging the temperature. A little ways ahead, you catch sight of a small fire, kind of tucked into a hill where a portion of it's been dug out. And there you can see the troop of the 5 of them, all gathered around this flame, staring into it. There you see Kree is currently in the process of going through materials in her pouch, pack, if you will. There's not much of a conversation at the moment. They're just kind of getting themselves ready for a night's rest.
Do they look like they're cold?
Right now, up against the fire, Kree doesn't appear to be that freezing, but they're pretty close to the flames. Interesting point. The flames are there, but there's no, what you do see at the outskirts, there's no kindling. There's no thing that is catching. There's just fire being produced between them all.
And there's no conversation happening?
Not at the moment.
We're just getting ready for bed.
About a moment passes before Kree's eyes kind of fade over red, and the head turns up in the direction of your
particular scrying position before you hear both Lucian and Kree's voice simultaneously overlapping come through to you. So, are you keeping up well enough?
Can you hear me? Yes? Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. Probably can.
Not reacting to your voice at all. Just seems to be peering. And I hope you're staying close. It's a lot to see when we get there, and it'd be a real shame if you petered off the trail. I'm curious what you want out of this. I understand that you all lie with such confidence. I admire that. It's gotten me through, well, most of my previous life. But, there are still challenges with a mortal body, such as the cold. And just stares back at you. Is there anything in particular you want to do or look for while you're scrying?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, we got what we came for.
I guess, like, do they have any, like, emotion? Any of the other four? Do they seem like they talk when Lucian's not talking through them? Do they talk to each other?
Make a perception check.
Oh, I get advantage. Well,
12. You hear mutterings of conversation happening outside of the one that is currently being put in your direction.
okay.
So you get a sense that it isn't like one unified consciousness controlling 5 bodies.
Okay.
But the minute that Kree/Lucian begins to acknowledge you, the rest of the conversation falls silent.
All right. I guess that's everything, then.
Okay.
Did you get a sense for how far away they are?
They're a little ways ahead.
Should we catch up a little bit more so we're like, a few hundred meters away before we
I
make our...
think we're not that far, you know?
Okay.
He did say that it would be a shame if we left the trail. It almost seemed like... I don't know.
He wants us to follow him.
What if it's reverse psychology?
Yeah, keep your enemies close.
Yeah,
sort
keeps
of a
us
thing.
exactly where he.
Keeps us from looking at any of the other sites.
Yeah, they hold all the cards and they're toying with us, and we either play along to their game or we fuck off and do something totally else.
I feel like if we're gonna make camp, we should be within eyeshot of them.
I
'Cause
agree.
That way, when we wake up, we don't have to scry to see if they've left already.
Especially if there's a fire, we should be able to see that from a reasonable distance.
Let's do it.
I mean, I know what to look for. That hill that they're dug into.
Okay, let's keep pushing on then for a bit. Just keep an eye out along with mine. It's always good to have more eyes on the horizon.
If we
Okay.
run into anything, I'm out of spells, so I won't be able to help us very much.
By the
We've
way,
only got a couple left.
Bo, do you want your goggles back?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, perception check.
Yep.
So good.
No, dark.
Somebody want to assist you?
What? Who said that?
Yeah.
No.
What you got?
30.
Actually, it would be with disadvantage because you don't have dark vision and it is in the middle of the night. So one more time.
Do you want some assistance?
We got 4 members
Sure.
have dark vision. Is that right?
Damn it, too late.
Yeah, too late.
That's crazy.
14.
14. Okay.
Light though.
Yeah.
About another 45 or so minutes, eventually you begin to pick up the sight of a tiny distant flame.
There it is.
Getting close enough to a point of comfort, you can see some movement across the fire. So at least you know that it is a campsite. And based on what you have seen,
fairly close to the one that you saw in your scry.
We'll definitely lose them if we are exhausted tomorrow. So I think camping is a good idea.
The dome or the...
No.
Not the dome.
The hotel.
It's so cold. I shoved the wands down into the snow and spend a minute opening a portal to our abode.
Let's do it. Jester, you can still send messages from inside his hotel?
Yeah.
All right. You all make your way into the tower, prepare yourselves for an evening's rest. What would you like to do while you're there for the night?
Hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate. Chocolate in the fire in the library. There's a fire there, right? Fireplace?
Fires all over the place.
We're finally out of earshot, too. We can speak freely.
Yes. Well, probably. I pull a sash in the corner of the entry hall, and a cat pops out of the little archway hole. Gretchen, would you make lots of pies? I'd like to have shepherd's pie for everyone for dinner, and then also a variety of dessert pies as well. Okay. Hot, please.
One darts off into the wall and vanishes.
Okay, you want to unpack all of that? And I start to float up through.
Dagon's like, oh, yeah, all right. And it just starts hovering up into the upper part of the tower, going, whee!
I'll pull Jester aside and say, you mentioned that Cree or Lucian was speaking to you directly as well?
Yeah. It almost was like when he takes control, obviously, it's like he's got his consciousness overwhelms the other people, you know? He was speaking to me from Cree.
Does it seem like he's keying in on you in particular? I know it's you that's been scrying, but when we see someone scrying on us, we only see a representation of the spell. We don't see the person, and I'm sure that Lucian is much more important, but I'm sure it's just coincidence. But since we're not on the sea, would you want to wear this? And I take out the amulet of proof against detection and location. I don't know if it'll work. Caleb gave it to me because I've seemed to have a beacon on me every time we go on the open water, but we're far from water. It might provide some protection if we're going to keep checking in on him.
I mean, it's worth a try. He's met all of us, so he could potentially scry on anyone, I guess, now, but maybe it'll keep me from being seen if I scry on him. I don't know how it all works.
I guess we'd find out the next time you did it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Just in case it's not a coincidence.
It's also creepy. He did say that he kind of knew me, right?
Did he?
When we got there, he said he hadn't met anyone except for me. The only way he would have known is from the scries. I never met him without the group, you know?
Yes, it's what I...
Weird. Do you think he sees me like a little fisheye lens, like looking through a little ball? My like face?
What do you think? What does your face do when you scry?
I don't know, you would know better than me.
It's very... You're just...
Like, just open mouth?
Yeah.
That is not flattering.
Checked out.
Next time, just do me a favor. Close my jaw. I just want to look less stupid while I'm doing it, okay?
I will try. It's one of Bo's favorite things, though, to watch. Just...
Oh, well. I guess don't take the joy away from her then.
Okay.
Okay.
Tossing ball bearings. Just
They're just hitting her lips and causing bruises.
Yeah. Cracking the
Solid
teeth.
metal. Yeah. They're not blueberries.
Oh, my tooth!
What happened to my face?
I guess I can take off the charm of plant command right now, right? Because not seeing a lot of plants around here.
Punch? No, I don't think so. And obviously it is Caleb's, but I'm sure.
Should I ask him if it's okay?
I mean, he gave it to me to use, and you seem to need it more than I do right now.
Okay.
And just be careful. I don't like the possibility of him keying in on you or using that connection between the two of you to manipulate something. His magic seems strange. I don't know that much. Caleb would know more, but he seems to be playing by a different set of rules.
He really does.
All right. More adventures tomorrow. What?
How are you? I know that's a stupid question, but you know, Avantika showed back up and she tried to pull you underwater, and you know, she's like, you guys had a thing, and it must have been weird to see her like kind of dead and stuff. Was it weird? You killed her again?
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird, for sure. I wasn't expecting that. I'm all right. It feels like I keep trying to start newer chapters in my life and leave the old stuff behind, and then it just keeps popping up. It feels like it's hard to pursue something new when the past is not dealt with.
Well, do we need to deal with the past?
I think so. Yeah, I want to. I feel like I need to close all of that before.
Anytime you want to, I can scry, you know. I can try to search for anyone again. I know we've talked about it before, but if it would help, I could do it.
Right. I put a bounty out on Sabian.
When? How?
Well, back on the island, the famous bounty hunter out of Nicodron.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I just figured give them a task with their minds
Well,
being.
how will you know if they find him?
I think they are going to communicate by magical means.
Do they have the ability? Should I send a message? I know them. Maybe I can send a message and be like, hey, did you find Sabian? Should we be worried? Is Sabian dead? Is what's going on?
Sure, yeah.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. All I have left is a 6th level spell, but we're going to sleep, so I'm going to use my 6th level spell to send a message.
We're not going to sleep.
What?
Okay. We're not going to sleep? Are we going to call Essek and stuff?
I mean,
Wasn't that the whole point of this?
yeah. I've also got a 7th level spell.
Okay. Oh, go do it.
That was floated. I don't think it was decided
It
on.
was a good idea.
Find me later and let me know about that because I forgot.
Very.
I used up all my minutes on my cell plan to call. And then he was going to call Astrid and stuff. Okay.
What was their name again?
The bounty hunter?
Yeah.
Shampoo. Kotho?
Kotho. Nice. Okay, I'm going to send a
Notes.
message
Did they work?
to Kotho.
Tried and true?
Hi, I'm here with Ford. He hired you. Wondering if you found Sabian. What's going on there? Is he dead? Is he alive? Just
Let's.
It's the high-pitched squeak at the end that really makes it.
You're like, just someone on the verge of a panic attack.
Yep. There's a brief moment before Kotha responds.
Oh.
Tell Ford, indeed, Sapien has been found. Acquisition will take care and time, as he resides in Darktoe.
Oh! We was there.
We got fucking banished in less than a day.
Yep.
But you know, maybe that only lasts like a year. You know, like when you get caught shoplifting.
Us.
6 weeks.
Never know.
Yeah.
Never
Maybe the
know.
day after we left.
She got banished.
Just need turnover to happen. You know.
Oops.
No. Whoops. That's great. That's great. That's totally distracting, but that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, now you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help.
It's very nice of you.
It's just a spell. Easy to do.
I will think about that all night.
Okay. Oh, you know who else I should call? Isaac?
Oh, that's true. I do believe
You know-
the group was talking
Yeah,
about.
maybe we should go to the group and
I
sit in
think
front of
that's
the
a
fire.
great
We can talk to
idea.
Isaac.
I'll race you to the top.
Up.
Irritatingly adorable.
I know, right?
It's like, oh, gross.
Alrighty. So, you guys race your way up to the tower to gather the rest of the group, and easy enough for you to regather. So,
Do we need to talk to Isaac?
That was one of the things we had floated doing while we're following for a couple days. Yeah.
Well, have a seat, have some pie, please. We can't eat all of this on our own.
What kind of pie?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Is there?
But whatever you don't
Is there-
finish, just I can go ahead and
Is
take
there
the scraps if
pecan?
you don't mind.
Yes, yeah.
Pecan chip?
I
That's
basically
pretty
make a full pie out of all different slices of pie.
Oh, that's
Whoa. Yeah.
This place is ridiculous. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I'm making up for a lot of lost time sleeping on roads and stuff, so it balances out.
Yeah. I guess so am I now, huh?
So stinky. Like he was just so stinky. Like when we first met him, like he'd been on the road for a long time.
Now the stink is just on the inside.
I can see that on you. Crazy thing. I'm usually allergic, but none of these cats seem to bother me.
Oh, yeah. Well, these are special. This is the specialist. Frumpkin is on the table. Frumpkin, go say hello to Dagon, please.
Hi, Frumpkin. What makes you so special?
Frumpkin vanishes and then reappears on Dagon's shoulder,
No.
and then begins to purr and do kitty biscuits on his shoulder.
Ah.
No, just let it happen.
Okay. That is
It
kinda
hurts
nice.
at first, but then it starts to feel good.
Oh, inch to the left. Ooh,
That doesn't make your nose go crazy.
Weirdly, no.
Yeah, no, me neither.
maybe it's psychosomatic or something.
Addict insane.
Can you have your cats bring a little mini pie that's full of weasel food?
Weasel food specifically?
A weasel food pie?
It's a great
What do
idea.
weasels eat?
Other than weasel food.
Nuts?
Do they?
You've been feeding this weasel.
And bugs.
Been throwing up.
Literal bricks.
He's 8 pounds.
Yeah, it's just like a bag of marbles. He's like, oh,
I pick up
let the purge happen.
I pick up a little brass bell on the table and ring it, and a small spectral cat comes into the room and up to the table. Kostya, would you please go and get me the smallest pie Put nuts in it. What
Oh,
else?
bugs. Don't put nuts. I don't think nuts are. Maybe just some bugs.
So just bugs.
Bug pie.
Cooked bugs?
I mean, Yasha might.
Yasha, what's the best? Cooked bugs or raw bugs
What do
that are
weasels
Well,
like?
you know, I would imagine they probably want them raw.
raw bugs?
You know, they don't cook their bugs in the wild. But I also have a feeling that maybe they do. I don't know weasel life very well, but maybe also get some. Yeah, bugs would be good.
All right.
What were you gonna suggest?
Hold on.
I feel like they eat other smaller rodents.
Oh,
Yeah, like mice or.
maybe like some mice in
You
the
could do like a
pie?
little mice pie, you know?
Let's try this. Kostya, get 2 small pies, okay? And if you need to ask Vanya to help carry the other one, get Vanya, and then both of you bring in 2 pies. One of them just fill in a cooked pie crust with bugs, and then the other one just do like mince some rabbit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Heads off to get your rabbit and bug pies.
Does the cat look at me and go, as it goes out, like
Yeah.
we just did?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's my cat.
The over it
I
cat.
claim that one. Yeah.
That asshole's mine.
The can't be bothered cat.
2 of those. Yeah.
Nina, go and help them.
Okay.
My cat is in a full hazmat suit, so it doesn't affect me.
Just do the armor of Agathis around the cats. All
Leave it there and walk away.
They retrieve the pies.
Sprinkle. Treats for you.
Oh, this is we do a test. Which one does
Sprinkle,
like?
which pie do you like?
And just digs into the bunny pie.
Oh, the bunny pie.
Just to be safe, detect undead. It's a fair.
No, it totally is. It totally is. You do not detect undead.
Weird.
When Sprinkle ignores the insect pie, I just slide it over towards Yasha at the table.
I was absolutely within my rights there.
Would anyone like to try? I mean, I feel like a bug pie is just such a delicacy. No?
I'll go in on it. Yeah, sure.
Would you like to try a little bit?
Oh
Take a
boy.
piece.
Oh, great.
Have a little bite.
Yeah, give me a bite.
Yeah,
that bug that I had in your bedroom wasn't too bad,
Yeah,
so.
it's not too bad. I think people are scared of it, but it's
Got a nice crunch to it. Just kind of got in the teeth a little bit.
Oh boy.
it's a little sticky, but
Kind of like an almondy taste.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah,
stick to
yeah,
I will
yeah.
stick to the apple.
Yeah, it's good.
You're missing out, friend. Just saying.
Pumpkin.
Rhubarb is
Sour
mine.
cream, apple walnut.
Sour cream?
That's so good. Little tang.
Never had. Don't even
Okay,
know.
now that we're all relatively stuffed, do we want to talk about our day?
I mean, what's there to talk about?
Well,
The plan. I think we're going to reach out, right?
Yeah, well, so folks that we could reach out to are Essek. Maybe he'll or know someone who has some information about these places. Or we talked about calling someone in the assembly or Astrid.
Yeah, the assembly gets dicey because we're gonna have to lie real good.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be Fest that reaches out?
And I got the one spell left today.
Oh, just the one.
Okay.
You know, we've been doing a
a
lot.
good call.
And just for an overarching strategy, are we at some point going to take Vess's body back to the Cerberus assembly and be like, she died a long time ago, here's proof, just trying to clear the record? Or are we going to drop her out the window and say she died out in the wilderness by herself?
Well, this is a possible positive of contacting
Hey,
Astrid because we
you
can.
guys,
Interesting point.
guess what?
I just was real curious. So I assume Vess isn't gonna meet us there because she's dead.
Yes, Dagon, you are within the circle of trust now. This is a very
boy.
complicated situation.
Wait a second.
Oh boy. Who's got the modifier?
No, no.
Oh boy.
Shit.
We may have a bottle of ether in somebody's bag.
Go to sleep.
Here's the thing, Dagon.
Those histamines fuck me up.
Just keep eating pie and listen to Jester.
Those people that came out of the ruins before us.
Yeah.
That we were like, hey, hide from them because they're scary people.
Yeah.
Geniuses.
They sort of snuck into the town and they killed her. So because we were hired to protect her, sort of, we were hired. So we decided, oh, you know what we should do is we should go after them and make them pay. So that's what we're doing now, we're following them.
He's just looking real intent at you, like his mouth still kind of half encrusted with bug pie and other pies caught in his black beard as he goes,
But you'll still be paid for all your time.
Yeah, I assume.
And
You just... And you didn't wish to share this information with me. Now an accomplice in the murder of a member of the...
you're not an accomplice. No, you're not an accomplice. Because we're trying to clear... We're trying to...
No, keep going. You've got it.
We're figuring out how they killed her. We're going to bring those criminals to justice. And that is why... we're sort of a detective agency at the same time. We solve mysteries.
We do. We're very good detectives.
It's definitely bad, and apologies, we were improvising in the moment because it is obviously a very bad situation.
Yeah.
What we are discussing now is how to minimize the fallout from that problem. So one of the reasons I had considered contacting Astrid and Eadwolf is because we could try to cover our tracks, pretend it never happened, not doing a very good job here, or...
I just see Matt. My RP sucks. Right next to Rick.
No one in the assembly is a very big fan of each other. We could just try to be straightforward with my friends and let them know what has happened.
Why would we tell Eadwolf and Astrid? Why wouldn't we immediately tell Ludinus or another high-ranking member of the Assembly?
To get some help here. Muscle.
I have a deep feeling they're not good at keeping secrets. If they were to be departed by one of their higher-ranking officers to come and help us, that would be one thing, but going to them first seems like a misstep.
Well, they know that we're with...
Dagon, about it all?
Yeah, what was he? But you were about to say something.
Names?
I don't know half of what you just said, people and stuff. All I do know is you don't fuck with the Cerberus Assembly.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, we know, man. That's kind of why we didn't tell you. We didn't want to, put you in an awkward position.
Yeah, no, I kind of wish I didn't hear that.
I mean, if it's any consolation, I'd completely forgotten that you didn't know.
And we also have been carrying her dead body with us to return at some point.
Well, that makes it
That
right as
sounds-
rain.
No, I realize that sounds worse.
We also wanted to maybe dump it in the lava, maybe.
Dump it in.
We didn't
That
talk about...
is probably your best bet.
Okay.
And just keep going north and never go back. Just live up here. I can show you ways. It's not comfortable.
Live up here.
Oh, boy, this is a right mess you got yourself into,
I pushed
Dagon.
some of the shepherd's pie over. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about
I
it.
think, though, that the longer we hide it, the worse it will be with us in the assembly, and perhaps letting them know that she was murdered, not by us, but by our old friend.
I don't know if that's the call for tonight, though.
No, not tonight.
But yeah, I agree. That's a...
I just know that it will get worse the more time elapses.
I think I
That's
agree
fair.
as well. If we just leave her here, the question is how did we survive and not her? I thought we were watching her.
Plus, I have the ability to make people tell the truth. I'm sure a lot of other people in the assembly have that ability as well.
Wish I had the ability to fucking wipe my mind right now.
Working on it.
Do you want me to?
Can you?
I mean, I can.
Then, if you wouldn't mind, I don't want to know about this. Culpable deniability. Look, your business is your own, but this puts me in a weird position. Out of that, I'm going to have to ask for a lot more money.
Yeah, I understand. We do. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot to give, but
Oh yeah, that's true because we actually flies out of my pockets.
yep.
So ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Okay, tell you what. I will definitely do that for you. Here's the thing, though. Do we want to do that tonight, or do we want to talk to Essek? Because regardless, I can make it disappear tomorrow for you, or the next day, and you still won't know.
That way you won't have to keep remembering every time that we forget that you don't know.
It'll just
And we will.
Just one bad night of sleep. Or two.
First thing in the morning? Wake up, have a coffee, and wipe your memory?
How
Maybe?
does that work? Because if, the memory sticks, and he remembers that he remembered it the next day.
Uh-oh.
How does that
We'll
work?
find out.
You've done it before, though, have you not?
Well, yeah, but that was instantaneous, you know what I
Okay.
mean? But I have the ability to do it from days before, so obviously...
It'll work.
I think you can just cover it with something, maybe. Just be like, oh,
Yeah.
I've been feeling sick for
It's like a chain
a
reaction.
day.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you've had a stomach thing.
Well, regardless, this is a fine mess you're in.
Yeah.
Let's just keep traveling north and hope for the best. Maybe it'll take a while for them to figure it out. I don't know.
We'll figure it out as we go, Dagon. That's what we do.
Yeah, don't worry
We're
about
the
it.
Mighty Nine.
Okay.
Not your problem to worry about.
Okay.
We'll keep you safe, Dagon.
All right. I'm gonna go, bub.
Okay, good night.
Fair.
Up. Wee. Goes and makes his way to bed.
I totally forgot he was here. I'm so sorry.
No.
He was so familiar. I thought we were cool.
Too.
So, Caduceus, when can you talk to Vesteragna again?
2 more days? 2 more days.
And is there anyone in the world that we know who might have any information about these locations? A2, Aor?
Well,
We haven't
Essek,
talked
right?
to.
Want to try Essek?
We could try. It doesn't alert the Cerberus Assembly in the
No,
same way as
and-
Astrid does.
The other thing is, have we talked to Essek about Nonagon or any of that yet?
I can't remember. I don't think.
I don't think we
did.
have.
It's a lot of conversation for 25 words.
Let's just hit up the Bright Queen.
Let's-
take a
let's-
big shot.
I think we should let him know that we're in a lot and that maybe we need to figure out a way to have a longer conversation and we can't do it on this end.
Okay. I don't know how we'll get there. We can't teleport here.
No, but maybe we can talk somehow.
Okay.
Quick question before we. What are the goals? I know that the plans are amorphous, but like, what are we? What's the good outcome here?
Well, I mean, I assume we all think that whatever Lucian's doing is probably bad,
Sure.
right? So I think the
Possibly.
goal is to stop it.
So that's a goal, but it doesn't seem like. I feel like that's a goal. I don't know if that's the goal. I feel like everybody's a little all over the place. I don't know. You're all
Well, we're a bit thrown.
thrown.
here.
So it's kind of outside the rule book when someone lives, dies, lives again, dies, and then lives a third time from the first version.
Although we have seen some of that in our travels, right? In Jorhas, we learned about them having souls that can jump into each other's bodies when they die and
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
It's not
maybe
the same
he's
thing. but-
Connected to the Luxon in some way.
That's kind of my question is from the second that you found out that your friend was back, was the goal to stop him from doing something evil? Was that the plan from day one?
No.
Well, I think the original plan was that there's still this brewing tension between the Empire and the Dynasty, and both sides seem to believe that there is divinity eliminating magic.
I'm just talking about your friend. Like, we went somewhere to see if he was still in the ground, and he wasn't. And then this happened, but like...
I think his thread is coming up alongside ours here. Because the reason we came was to spend time with his dead woman and learn a little bit about what she was doing and what the Empire is doing. And what the Empire is doing is at odds with the Dynasty, yet again, even though that we've achieved peace. Both sides are in some sort of arms race for whatever is buried up here. And we don't want the war to continue. We are trying to keep a lasting peace. Now she's dead. We're not going to learn too much from her. We might in a couple of days.
I was under the assumption when we first started heading this direction, well, when we found out that we weren't alone heading in this direction, that the goal was that you wanted your friend back. And I don't know if that goal has actually changed. I just don't know if anybody's talking about it. And I'm a little worried.
I feel like that goal is disappearing.
I never had any illusions that we were going to get him back.
I don't know if that's what I want either. It almost feels like a betrayal of something that passed.
Maybe. But I'm just pointing out that if you wanted to know how to do it, in 2 days we could ask the person who did.
That's true.
I would love to have my friend back.
I don't know if it would work, but I feel like everyone's been running in different directions.
Honestly, when we were going into that ruin, I didn't know why we were walking in.
Yeah.
I mean, we were hired to help Vess. She's dead. It's done. We could have just walked away.
Well, I am worried that whatever she was picking at here and whatever Lucian is picking at here, and supposedly the Dynasty is as well, is going to rip apart the tenuous peace that has been achieved.
I mean,
whatever it is not good. And we could contact either side. Obviously, I have ties on one, but I don't think either side wants whatever Lucian is chasing. And we're just trying to figure out what it is.
Well,
we have theories, we've had visions even.
That's my thing, is I feel like we're all forgetting about this huge piece, is that we all had this shared vision of a flying city in another dimension. I'm not one for a believer in a shared vision is that common.
I'm not common, but it's interesting that just things have been all over the place. I don't know.
In what way? Because I feel like everything is converging. It's been all over the place, and now it feels like it's all coming to a head.
I'm not talking about outside. I'm just talking about everybody in here.
Oh, 100% agreed. We do not have a cohesive plan. At all. Not at all. We have not for days, not since she died. We knew what we were doing when she was alive. As soon as she was snuffed out, so was our purpose. I don't know what we're doing, but I know what I am afraid of. And I know that we are being pulled towards this thing, and I have both very real-world concerns, and then we have fate.
It's very weird.
Destiny? What is it?
Fate. I like fate. But
call it whatever you want.
So the Dynasty is a pit we haven't dug into yet. Who knows what's there?
I'm going to pull out my tarot cards.
Ooh.
Bold.
Give us a sign.
Okay.
Let's see if I can guess which one
Who
you
are you going to read? Yourself?
I'm just going to pull out a card and look to our future.
Okay, cool.
Give us a sign. Oh, interesting. I pull out a card that says the magician, the tinker.
The magician and tinker?
Mm-hmm.
Which one was facing up?
Oh, well.
Well, that number should tell you. Should. Oh no.
No, I got a roll.
Got to roll. Sorry. Forgot the system.
The magician. So, Molly drew this card for you, Caleb. It looks like you. You're sitting in a room and all around you are strange orbiting lights. Veth is on the other side of the card, though. Well, not is. Isn't that interesting?
That is weird.
Molly drew cards for all of us.
He did.
Maybe that just means that we follow the magic. What does your gut tell you, Caleb?
I've been trying to make sense of everything that's happened in the last few weeks every day, and I am not seeing it. But I know that we are supposed to go where Molly is. Otherwise, we would not have seen the things that we've seen. We wouldn't be the Mighty Nine. Also, the real world exists behind us, waiting for us to return.
Let's just start our own nation up here. Maybe Dagon is right.
Our own nation?
Yeah, we'll just start over.
We already have a resort town with a bar named after me in Rumblecast.
Very
Exactly.
cold here.
Let's go.
We don't have to go anywhere. We can.
Franchises.
Yeah.
We need to open the bar here.
Yeah.
Summer, winter.
An ice bar.
An ice bar. Yeah.
Honestly, this may sound stupid, but wherever you guys want to go, I'll be there.
That does sound stupid, Chester.
I don't have a strong pull anywhere, you know? I just want to do what you guys want to do. I want to be with you.
I'm joking. It's the rhubarb that's making me silly. I feel the exact same way. As long as we're together, I feel like we're going to be doing the right thing. And that means being with Molly, too. Even if he's not Molly anymore, it means staying with him and seeing if there's some part of him still inside.
You all feel in your gut that what he's doing here is not good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
It's dangerous and powerful, and it's gonna fuck up the world if he completes it.
Well,
Well, somebody has to help the Empire and the Dynasty. Might as well be this group of schmucks.
Essek?
Oh, right. I will send a message to Essek.
well,
What are we gonna say?
we only have one thing that we can say to him, right?
One word.
No, God, right?
But, like, what is the one piece of information he could give us in 25 words that would help us the most?
Honestly, I don't know. It's not like he can send a coordinate. I guess he could.
Is he aware of any heavy dynasty activity in Foreign or Aor? And
He might have known about that group that just got slaughtered.
Maybe you just say, we're headed to Aor,
What do we need to know?
yeah,
and we need help.
Okay.
The Nonagon is here.
The Nonagon is here. We're looking for threshold crests. So
Okay.
that hints
The
hiding anything.
Okay, that's a lot. Okay.
And you poop.
Hi. We're headed to Aor. The Nonagon is here? Can you help us? We're looking for threshold crests. Do you have any knowledge? That's the worst message I've ever sent.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
There was 4
No,
ideas in
you
there.
got a lot in there.
It was concise.
You got a lot in there.
Okay.
Not but a moment later, you get a response from Essek. Jester, it has been a bit. That was a lot. But Eor. Interesting. I'm at a Vermis outpost to its east.
Wait, what?
Oh my god! Oh my god! He's at the what outpost?
Vermis outpost.
Vermis? A
He's not
vermis?
done. He's not done.
That's all you have at the moment.
Vermist?
No, Vermis.
A4 is to the east.
Dagon, do you know where a Vermis outpost
He's
is?
asleep. We gotta go wake him up.
Oh, shit.
We can find out in the
In
morning.
the morning.
Okay.
How far away is it from? Wait. Where's your map?
Sneaky bastard.
Where's the map? I knew it.
Are you mad or are you
Where we
digging?
ran into people we know. It's like going to the mall on a Saturday. You're gonna run into your aunt.
Your
Why are all
aunt?
my spells gone?
Oh my
I can't
God,
send
your
any more
ex on the
messages.
What's it like in Kentucky Mall?
Very different.
Won't leave games.
I don't see it on the map that you sent.
It's tiny, so it's right under foreign. It's that little red dot.
What is it
The
called?
word's foreign. A4.
Oh, that's where A4, but that's
But where's the Vermis outpost?
a Vermis.
That's the only thing that's east of Aor on the map.
Oh, A4
Yeah,
is the
the
only
Vermis outpost is not labeled on the map, as far as I.
Oh, he said he's east of Aor.
Yeah.
I see.
I'm
At the
gonna
Vermis
up.
outpost.
I'm gonna up
Oh,
Okay.
to Dagon's room.
Unless he's literally
Okay.
on the outskirts of Aor.
I was just starting to nod off.
No,
What can I do
I'm
for
sorry,
you?
I'm sorry. Have you heard of a Vermis outpost to the east?
Well, Vermis
Vermis.
Vermis is actually a collection of ships. The dynasty usually has travels occasionally, but it's usually out westward. Yeah, an outpost. There is a dynasty outpost on the eastern side of the crater of Aor.
Okay.
Of course, steer clear of it, but I've seen it there. If it's there still, I mean, it was small enough where it might change location, but that was about 4 or 5 months ago I last saw it.
Okay. Thank you.
Shit. Oh, shit.
You can go back to sleep now. I'm sorry for waking you up.
I'll do my best. And he slowly closes the door. His eyes still look a little haunted.
I really gotta modify his memory. Okay.
Gotta be careful what we say around people, you guys. Come on.
It's to the east of the crater.
Yeah, it's there. It's not A4. It's actually in that crater. So it's at Aor. Or at least Essek is.
Very good news.
I'm very glad we checked in on him. Wow. Because running into him could have been awkward.
This is also help from someone that we don't necessarily have to hide from. This is really good. This is somebody who could help us out a lot.
Oh, I'll call him in the morning again.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So strange to have two warring nations both capable of help of some kind. Still.
Yeah. You know, everyone converging in on each other.
Again.
Again.
Fate. Destiny. Rhubarb. Episode title.
So true. So very, very true.
The pies of nine.
Fate, destiny, and
Eyes of night.
Pies of night.
I smell Matt's pie dish and it's just your bourbon.
That's not rhubarb.
Rhubarb.
We call it that where I'm from. Merry Christmas.
grandma's special pie.
Filthy animal.
That pie's for grandma.
Yes.
The Wild Mother. They want you to call the Wild Mother.
Advice from Grandma.
All right. So do you guys have anything other business for the evening, or do you go to rest?
So what does that mean? Are we going to continue to follow him and head towards A2, or do we want to swing wide and go to A4?
We'll call as like in the morning.
Okay. See what he's got.
Yeah, A2 and A, they're both north. I mean, it'd be a while before we'd have to split and pick.
I think Caleb and Beth were right. I mean, it seems north is where we are bound to head.
Yeah.
Okay.
If no one else has anything, just a minor thing, before bed, I will go up to the 8th floor and go into that private floor. Iris opens up and go to 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll open that door and walk into a very small room with a single Tudor-style window with glass to frost it over and opaque to see through, and sit down on a chair in front of a desk looking at a bed in the room, a small bed with the sheets completely ripped off and strewn about and the pillow on the floor, and just sit in the chair and look at the bed for a while. What are we going to do about our home? Can I trust you? Should I trust you? We could make it better. If you want to. And that's it. I'll quietly leave, shut the door, float down to my bedroom and go to bed.
Okay. As you all find various levels of comfort
Mittens, Benji, Cupid, Optimus, and
Optimus Prime.
Rudy. Rudy. You're with me tonight. Let's snuggle.
That's fine, man. Some in a cat cuddle, some poring over contentious choices to be made, lingering past shadows, and some revelations they didn't ask for. Eventually, sleep finds you all. And from there, we're going to go take our break.
No.
Be back here in just a few minutes to pick up
My brain.
this next leg of the journey. See where it takes us.
That
So,
was long.
see you in a few minutes.
That was a long.
Now experience the ultimate way to play by sitting at a table with your friends, with your face in a screen. Progress! D&D Beyond. Log in to explore strange worlds and fantastical cities, thanks to a company based in a really boring one that handles all the tedious math and